She is probably just going to be listening. She may or may not. You may or may not get to her character. We'll see. So, all right.
Also, Chris, at some point I have to touch base with you on some magic items that I just want clarification on that they
Sure.
got before I joined. We can do that after the session, though.
That's fine. Yeah. Cool.
All right. So, last session began with the party regrouping away from the tower, avoiding the snakes, and introducing the half of the party that descended from the bridge to meet Sir Talavar. He explained to us that to get him out of the silver cage that was slowly killing him, we had to see a goblin who lived out in the woods named Jingle Jangle. He also explained that if we wanted to figure out what happened to Zablina, we probably needed to deal with Bavlorna Brightshaw, one of the hags that took over Prismeer. Using the new maps that appeared in our leveling books, we navigated the forest while Brother found a couple of interesting new flowers, and Kino spotted an Ethrisi portal, or excuse me, an obelisk. Um, we were jumped by a pack of cockanolls and made quick work of them before finally traversing the valley of auburn trees to get to Jingle Jangle's house. Once there, Fentrix accidentally frightened Jingle Jangle with his draconic physicality, but after we got Sir Talavar's permission to enter, we won over the goblin with some lively music. The session ended with Jingle Jangle freeing Sir Talavar from his cage and Fentrix healing him from the verge of consciousness.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Yep. So, you guys take. So you, Jingle Jingle's taken him out of the cage. Um, it's. I think somebody healed him too. Who healed him?
Yeah, it was
Fentrix
me.
used lay on
Fentrix.
hands.
Yeah, Fentrix. It was you, right? Okay. Um. All right. Um. We'll just start from there. And so you guys do see Sir Talawar come back to consciousness.
Are you feeling better now?
Much. He's looking around, disoriented, very confused.
We're in Jingle Jingle's house.
He says, "Oh yes, jingle, jingle," and he starts flying up. Uh, and you notice that he flies up into
Should
this
be into the
area
ceiling.
here. Yeah, here. Um, he does fly up into this area over here that's open and going through it. Um, Jingle Jangle is sitting here too as well. Let me get the miniature so we know where he's at. All right, right there. So Jingle Jangle looks. He goes, "I did it! I did it."
Yes, you did.
Jingle Jangle did.
Anu's just gonna be clapping. Like, good job! You did it!
You notice that he walks over to Fentrix and starts looking at Fentrix. So he looks at you. You can tell he's pretty intimidated. Um, at this point, by the way, now that everyone has a closer look, so um, let me show you the art again for Jingle Jangle. There's a couple things you notice though. First and foremost, the cloak that he has, his entire like armor set, it looks like it's made out of keys. Um, you notice that on his back, there's also some kind of flail with a bunch of locks that have been like interpieced on this thing. I'm going to show you. Here's the art I'm putting in a group A.
Oh, well,
Yeah, he's just looking at you and scared. He's obviously scared and intimidated, trying to size you up.
well, I appreciate you helping our friend. I didn't think he was gonna make it.
Well, Jingle Jangle is good at locks.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Jingle Jangle seems like the best at locks.
Jingle Jangle's very good at locks. Not so good at keeping my truffles. And
Who
he
keeps-
walks around and he says Jingle Jangle was digging for truffles in the swamp under the hill where the hill moves, and then a bunch of rabbits got me, and they took my truffles, and they threw Jingle Jangle down in the mud, and they whacked Jingle Jangle with their wooden clubs.
So you must be pretty familiar with the area.
He looks at you, Kino. Jingle Jangle's very familiar.
Do you know anything about? I mean, I'm new to this place. Uh, I heard that this wasn't always all swamp. I just wanted your professional opinion.
Jingle Jangle thinks it wasn't always all swamp. It was a beautiful, beautiful forest, just like where Ptolemy Hill is now, kind of. But then Zabelna went away, and then everything started, and then Ptolemy Hill protected Jingle Jangle, and now we live on Ptolemy Hill.
Sorry, how
Okay.
did Jingle Jangle pronounce the name?
He pronounced the name Zablina.
Okay.
Zabilna, actually. I'm sorry.
Zabilna. Okay.
Can you tell me more about these rabbits that attacked you? How many of them were there?
At least 6, maybe 8. Maybe 8 of those rabbits.
Well, if we find them, we're gonna try and get your truffles back, because they're mean.
Yeah, get my truffles back. That would be good. That would be very good.
We're gonna beat them up.
Were you a fan of Zabilna?
Oh yeah, yes, Jingle Jangle's a fan of Zabilna. Zabilna is good, but the hags are bad. Well,
Yes.
actually, one hag was good. She helped Jingle Jangle, and now I have all these keys.
She gave you the keys.
No, I went to her because I was afraid of locked doors, and now I have all these keys.
Do you know where to find her?
Yes.
case-
Yes. She is in Downfall. Downfall's to the
Downfall.
north.
I'll just hold up my map in my book. I won't really draw attention to the front of the book. I will just hold up the map on the first page.
Sure. Yeah. Let me get to it so I can show you. Okay. Yeah.
Owlbear,
He does point. Yeah. He points to an area that I'm going to show you in Elbow Rodeo. Let's see. All right. So he points to this area here. He said, "Ooh, Downfall's right here," and he points to this.
Can you
Oh,
point
okay.
to where the rabbits were?
All of this. Oh, and he says, and he points to this hill here. He said, "But you're here." He said, "Maps are not always the same.
Okay.
Not in Prismere."
Does she usually stay over there in her house?
Nope, in her castle.
In her castle.
Not on the map. In her castle. The whole time, by the way, whenever he talks, he kind of looks over at Fentrix. just to make sure that Fentrix is not like making any kind of aggressive action, and it's clear that he's kind of scared still.
Don't worry, Fentrix doesn't do anything without my permission.
Oh, Jingle Jangle thinks that's strange. You own
No,
that one?
no, he's just, he's learning things.
All right, cool. Cool, brother. So Jingle Jangle will go through and say, well, and why are you here? And where is that dragon? Said Talavar. Nothing.
Dude,
Did I see him fly towards the
He
top
flew.
of the stairs
up.
where it opened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll point up. Oh, about to sneeze. Sorry. Thank you. I'll point towards the stairs where I'd seen him fly off. He
Yeah.
went up that way.
He said, well, something you should know too. Jingle Jangle thinks it's important. All of the places where a hag could live has a magical barrier around it. Prismatic wall, shimmering wall. You touch it, not good.
Do you know how we'd get past something like that?
Towers. He said there's secrets in the towers, and maybe just like a key, you can get things in the towers and touch the wall, and the wall comes down. But problem. There's a problem, and he stops.
a problem inside the towers or getting to the towers?
Dangerous, unacceptable danger.
Do you have
Okay.
any idea what kind of danger would be there?
He looks at you. He says, "Enemies, enemies."
If
Jingle
I
Jangle's not going. Jingle Jangle's staying in the house.
Oh, I don't expect
No,
you
yeah.
to come with us. And I'm going to cautiously reach into my bag and start rooting around for something. You liked music, correct? You enjoyed the sound of it and dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I have something that I can't really make any good use of that I'm sure you might enjoy. And I have basically a run of the mill loot that I'd offer him.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So if you give it to him, he'll take it from you, and he starts to almost like pound it, like he thinks that it's like how you would play the lute would be to press the strings in, and he looks at you.
Ivar will kneel down next to him.
Yep.
He says, Mr. Jangles, I can show you how to use that if you would like.
He says, yes, and he goes over to you. If you want to
Okay.
try to teach him, yeah, if you want to try to teach him how to play the lute, um, go ahead and do a performance check yourself, and then it's just gonna take like 5-10 minutes.
Okay. $14.
Cool. So you see, everyone sees Ivar go through. He takes the lute from Jingle Jangle's hands. He starts to play actually very, very good, very decent, almost effortless melody with it. You can tell, Ivar, that Jingle Jangle is not only quite happy, but also very interested in how you're playing the lute and going through it. So
I'll if I sense that he's at ease. Wait, do these guys have hair? They have are they bald?
they do, yeah. So if you take a look on the if you take a look on Group A, yeah, he has no hair at all.
Okay. I will just pat him on the head.
Yep, cool. Yeah, he's so Jingle Jangle's a goblin, but he's got orangish skin. He's got giant ears. If you're able to go to the Group A thing, there's an actual art 1-to-1 of what Jingle Jangle looks like. He's also got those keys everywhere.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cool. Yeah, so while he's doing that, this is what you guys see within the downstairs area of Jingle Jangle's home. So there's a roaring fire here with a pot that's underneath it. It looks like he's been cooking apples and some kind of spice or something within that. It's actually a very like nice smelling area. There's a bunch of apples in this cart here. There is what looks like some kind of wooden like work table, perhaps. There's keys strewn out all through this work table, by the way. And then there's grains and other things underneath it.
And our little dragon friend kind of flew off and hasn't said anything when he was called, huh?
Correct.
Jingle Jangle, what's upstairs?
He's a little distracted by Ivar going through it, and he says, "Oh, Jingle Jingle's room. You can go up."
I'm gonna go do that.
Anu's also gonna go up.
Okay. All right. All right.
Grin will
So
also follow.
sure. So you guys go up here, and sure enough, this is what you see. So you see that there is a mirror, a very ornate mirror, surprisingly ornate mirror. There's another fireplace. No Sir Talavar anywhere to be found at all. There's a decently nice looking bed, nicer than you would expect for not only a goblin living by himself, but in general, this room is actually very nice. There's also this strange uh, peace symbol thing here over on the wall. No Sir Talavar.
Are the windows open?
The windows are technically open. Yes, he could have flown out.
Grin's gonna go look at the
What I say.
mirror.
No, you did not see anything. You didn't see anything in this case through either window. No. No.
What's up with this mirror?
No, you don't have to make a perception check. No one flew out of the windows. But so you want to look in the mirror?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tom. I thought that's what you said. But anyway, the one thing that's interesting when you do look in the mirror is that you don't see any reflection in this mirror at all.
Like, not the room even, or just not me?
Just not you. The room reflects, but not you. Fentrix, when you start looking into it, it's the same kind of thing.
Might want to step away from that. I mean, the last experience I had with a spooky mirror like this, that was in the tomb, and I ended up making an evil copy of myself.
Oh, that
Chris,
sounds
is there
familiar.
anything around on the frame, like any kind of writing or?
There's no writing or runes, but there is a bunch of very ornate filigree and other ornate like symbols that are going through it, but they're not symbols that that decode into a language or anything. They're just symbols to make this look like it's nice
Just
and
decorative.
aristocratic. Exactly. Lots of decorative symboling. They're not actual like arcane symbols or runes.
And what's the gold thing above the stairs?
So yeah, so you're not exactly sure. It looks strange. It looks like it could be some kind of ornamentation. But it is strange.
Does that have any carvings on it, or is that just
No,
decorative too? It looks like. Okay.
no, it doesn't have any carvings. Yeah,
Oh.
you guys can hear Ivar still playing downstairs, and Jingle Jingle's clapping and very intently looking at this.
Our little dragon friend did say he had companions. He could have went to go find them, but he didn't seem to be in the best mindset when I woke him back up. I don't know if we should make it a priority to find him or to repay Jangle Jangle for helping him. I don't really know the rules of this place. I don't think I'm going to ever learn.
Well, yeah. We came here through a mirror, right?
Technically, yeah. And we saw our new companion in the mirror, if I remember correctly, right? He was just kind of there.
Yep.
With nobody being trapped in this mirror, I think that's at least a good sign.
Well, so and
Not
as you
yet.
guys are talking, Sir Talvar does come racing out of the mirror there, and he says, "Oh, I didn't mean to leave without saying anything, but I must get back to Titania. Um, uh, terribly sorry. Just listen to Jingle Jangle. He knows the area. Yes, the Downfall is going to have some kind of like uh shibbosh thing up. Jingle Jangle knows all of these things. He's flying right next to you, Grin. But I do need to get back to Titania."
Well, it was nice to meet you.
He says, "Thank you," and he says, I won't leave you empty-handed. Thank you for saving me." And he throws his sword over to you. Now the sword is
Oh, that's dangerous.
actually, yeah, he doesn't throw it at you. He throws it in the direction and it hits the thing. The sword does like land in the ground. It's a sword to him. It's actually no bigger than a dagger to any of you. And he says, "Thank you again." And he literally flies through the mirror.
I'll pick up his sword.
It is surprisingly sharp. Much sharper than you expected it to be. It's you could use it functionally as a dagger, Gren, but it's no bigger than that.
If I use one of my magic awareness slots, I get. Oh, I will. Is it magical?
It is.
Is anything
Yep.
else in the room magical?
The mirror is also magic. Is that how it works, Gren? Is it like a radius?
It's anything within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover.
Yeah. So right. So the his weapon is magical. The this thing here, the mirror is magical, and then this piece here is also magic.
I relay that information to the others.
Yeah.
Is anyone in the group particular to daggers?
I mean, I could always use something to throw, but not necessarily.
I could use a dagger, but that if somebody's close enough to me that I have to use a dagger, I think I'm already in trouble.
I was gonna say, I think that means I'm not really doing my job then.
A
Maybe
dagger is one
Kylena.
of the weapons I could use, but should I? Kylena, yeah, might be able to use it better. Kylena!
I mean, if nobody else really wants it, I could take it, but like you said, if they're close enough to get the use of a dagger, then I'm not doing my job right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
can
can
just-
quick.
We can just put it in the bag for now too.
Well, I don't have a magic weapon. I could always stick it in my boot and use it when I need a magic weapon. But aside from that, no big deal.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't have a magic weapon, this would certainly be useful.
I think giving it to him might be our best bet then. It's always smart to kind of have strong allies.
It'd be good to find out what it does too.
That is
Yeah.
also very true. Last thing you want is to hold something that's cursed.
Who has the bag?
Brother.
I believe. Yeah. Speaking of that, you've relayed that the big yellow thing glowed that it was magical. I'm gonna divine
Yep.
sense.
Okay.
See what
Yep.
that
So yeah, that there are no celestial fiends undead in this area. This is neither consecrated nor desecrated ground.
well, that's at least a little refreshing. Still have PTSD to when I pinged and then we saw a bunch of fiends in the damn tomb.
Honorary, do you have identify as a ritual?
I do. I've used that plenty of times, Grin. Silly.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was you or Abel.
That's mean.
Back downstairs.
That's
I didn't mean it to be mean.
You want me to check out the dagger?
Yeah, might as well, right?
Sure.
How long does that take?
10 minutes. 11 minutes.
You should also. I guess we don't have the time at the moment.
I I mean, if you want me to just sit up here for a bit and just work on some items, I could do that. And then you just, if anything happens downstairs, just come get me.
Well, I mean, there was. Oh, if I can think back from Grinstown.
I can help too, by the way.
While you're thinking, I'm just going to give the dagger to Henri, just so she has it.
What do you have, Henri? A knife!
No!
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and ritual identify the dagger.
All right. Yep.
Grin,
Yeah, that's
didn't you also have that tiny executioner's hood?
My
On the finger.
finger warmer?
Yeah. Did we also want to see what that was?
Might as well.
Yep.
I take the little executioner's hood off my pinky,
Sure.
and I give it to Henri.
Yep. If time allows, I will also identify that.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll take 20 minutes, and we'll just let it go, and we will do 20 minutes. So Ivar, after like several attempts, you kind of teach him some rudimentary, like at least like ways to pluck or whatever. He seems really Jingle seems really happy with this. And he starts like clapping. Eventually, he tries it as well. And you've now done a pretty decent job at ingratiating yourself with him.
Right, and I would be coming up with an on-the-fly limerick as we're playing in his honor. Something along the lines of 100 keys, a locksmith jingle dances, playing his lute with the greatest of ease, etc., etc.
Yeah, no, he'll clap and be thrilled about that. And he says, so are we going to go to a shimmer place? I don't have any keys, but he says I don't have any keys, but I know the key to get in. Yeah, you have to go through the towers, and then you get a little crystal figure, and he whispers this to you: the little crystal figure that's floating in the tower. You take that crystal figure and you throw it at the wall, and the wall comes down.
What's it look like?
They're all different. That's the problem. Don't know which one goes to which wall, but you can just try them. If it doesn't go to the wall, it just bounces off, I think. I think it bounces off. So there are more than one wall. You'll see them. They're very high and very bright. Downfall's protected by one, but there's other walls too. He said those nasty hags, they protect their domain with them. Except for Bavlorna is kind of nice because she gave me all these keys. Kind of gave me keys. I found them. He said, but are you going to go look for crystals? If you do, you trounce those Hernagons.
Those are the rabbits.
Yep, and bring back my truffles.
Where could we find them?
He says, one of them. And he says, come here. And he takes you outside. And he puts you over here. And he goes off in the distance and he points. He says, you see that big tree? Not a tree. Jingle Jangle knows it's not a tree. That's where the rabbits live. And then he points over to this tower and he says, that's one of those wizard's towers. Magic towers. Magic towers with crystals inside. Dangerous. Very dangerous. But he
Do you-
said, bunnies? towers.
We can find these crystals in more than one place.
Yes, more than. Oh, he says I forgot. He said I forgot, and he takes out out of his pocket this golden acorn and he gives it to you. Ever. He said, "You are a good friend. I will give you this, my magic," and he gives it to you. He says, "Find the place with a tiny golden tree, and you'll find the secret tower." He says, "Place the acorn in the tiny golden tree." Don't know where it is. Somewhere around here. Oh, also, he says, also, bad. And he points to the red trees. The
Yes,
trees with the red leaves. He said, yeah.
we gathered as much. I am honored with this gift.
He
I do not
says,
have much in return. Is the gift of music enough for you?
yes, yes, yes. And he claps his hands. He says, also, help my friend underneath. And he points to the hill. He said, the hill is alive. The hill is my friend. The hill moves, but hill is stuck. And he points over and he shows you this. He says, Hill is stuck by this bad place. And he points over in this direction too.
That's not those ruins from before, right? This is something else?
No, it's completely different. Yeah. Bad place. Holding on to Telemy. Telemy tries to go. Bad place keeps it.
Is that? Can I point towards the?
Yep.
The ones we passed on our way up here that we can still kind of see over the treetops. Is that the same thing as those? Does that also keep your friends still?
He says no. He says those are nether heathers. Nether brown towns.
What? What do those
Excuse
do?
you?
He says those are stuck up in the sky down into crash, and then he points to the floating island up here, which is very hard for me. Hold on one second. Oh, Tailspire.
Oh yeah, there's
He
no way
points.
we.
He points to this. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So if everyone looks at my stream, because you guys can't see this, unfortunately, the angle. He points to that, and he says, they help that go up in the sky. Nether brown towns.
Is there a tower up there? Like any crystals we need?
Don't know. Never been up there. And also, if it falls on your head, that's a problem. So too dangerous.
Fair enough.
I'll shoot Henri like a side eye. Like, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Henri would unfortunately be in the middle of the identifying right now, I think.
Yeah, she is. Yep.
Speaking
You
of
can
that,
go back up there. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ritual cast my summon steed, find steed,
Okay.
whatever you want to call it.
So I'm sure that if the group wasn't following all the information, and if they happen to not be outside, I'll make sure to communicate all this info.
Sure.
And
Yep.
he'll also make a mention to the group that if we anticipate combat, a beer and a short rest would allow him to regain his ability to inspire you in combat.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I'm always down for a nap.
So then that would work.
Okay.
I assume we do this out front so as not to impose too much since we've been hanging out already.
Yep. Jingle Jingle does come to you, Ivan, and says, also, house is safe. You can sleep in the house because you helped and because you gave me music. You can sleep in the house. and totally safe. Sometimes not safe to sleep outside. Jingle Jangle will let you sleep in his house. Even the dragon.
These favors will all be returned, my friend.
Do you like
Yep.
fish?
With truffles. I do like fish, but I like truffles.
Well, for the time being, I have fish I could make for everybody.
So he does walk inside, and he says, "Fish, fish, 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 fish," and he goes in.
Yeah, all right.
And
I
he
got
he shows you his pot. He takes out all the he actually so he'll go into the house and he will take out all of the apples that he's done with his spices and he puts them into bowls for everyone. And he does offer everyone a plate of this as well. And then he does have a jug of water that he takes out. He cleans out the big like stew pot, and then he gives it to you, Fentrix, and lets you start working with it with the fish.
Yeah, I've got all that knucklehead trout, so.
Cool.
Just
Yep.
let me know when the identifiers are done, please.
Yep. So at this point they would be finished. So the magical dagger is just a plus one magical dagger.
Still not bad.
The let's see. What was the second thing that you identified, Amanda?
The fairy executioner hood.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Hold on. Let me bring that up real quick.
My pinky warmer.
Yep.
No
Oh,
matter what
yes.
it does,
All right,
I
awesome.
assume that's what you'll use
Yeah.
it
So
for.
I'll have to get you. I don't remember if this one's custom or not. So I'm looking at it. I don't remember if this is one that was released or if this one is technically behind the thing, but this is so what it is this will allow you to you can use this up to 10 times per day. At any moment, if you are in a 60-foot range of a dead fairy, this will allow you to communicate with them, and you can use it 10 times a day. Pretty powerful. So anytime that there is a it has to be a fairy though. This will allow you to communicate with them. It doesn't matter how long they've been dead. It also doesn't matter what kind of fairy per se. So this is a speak to dead with fairies, and you can use it 10 times. Oh, and the duration is only 10 minutes each time. So you have 100 minutes essentially.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I will. Is Gwen still up here with Henri?
Yeah, he's been sitting on the floor.
Okay. Henri will hand the hood back and say, "It lets you speak with dead fairies." But I don't know that we've come across many of those, so I guess you just keep wearing it on your pinky for now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember coming across any dead fairies either, but I guess how would we know? They could be all over in the woods on our way here. You know, they're dead.
That still means we haven't come across them, even if they are there.
We could have stepped on them.
Like a just the tiniest little crunch.
Yeah.
Like mulch.
Like, boy, the leaves around here are especially crunchy.
Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bring the ambush strike into Jingle Jangle's house. I'm gonna have it kind of patrol like within a mile of me at any given point because I can communicate telepathically with it. So if there's
That's
anything
fine.
it sees,
Yeah,
it
that's
can
fine. That's fine. Yep.
do that while I work on the knucklehead trout.
Okay. Yep.
And seeing the Drake go up, I'll come inside.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Jingle Jingle has basically told you guys that you have full reign of his house. You can go upstairs or downstairs.
Oh, I can't get you inside. I'm struggling. Don't look.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Do you
There we
guys
go.
want me to just spend the rest of the night until we take a long rest, just getting some items out of the way?
Might as well.
I was gonna say you at least have until I finish cooking. It's free time.
We got a safe spot. I do think that's a good idea.
Okay, so I know we got the loot. We're not checking out the finger. Does anybody
That
else?
finger could be anything. I had
It
that
could be a
golden
finger.
egg. I had that golden egg item that I got from
Yep.
Mr. Witch or Mr. Light. I don't remember which one handed it to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go through the items that we got as prizes, and I'm just gonna be identifying them. I'll get you a list soon.
Oh,
Yeah, just shoot me a list so I remember to in the Discord, but I can give them to you.
I don't think I really got to talk to you about it long enough, though, brother. As I like take a minute to step away from the fish, I have a bunch of these like flame elemental cores that I've just been holding on to for no reason. I don't know if anybody knows what they are or what they can do, but
It's real casual.
I got them in the tomb.
Look at all these grenades I've been holding on to.
I think up at this point, brother hasn't taken his hood down, so he's gonna take the hood off and sort of look at him wide-eyed for a moment.
Yeah. So the minute you do that, Jingle Jangle looks around, seeing he says, "Ah, what?" And he goes back to you, Ivar, and he hides behind you.
I'll make small talk with with
Yep.
him whenever he feels like it.
Yeah.
If there's any
He
way I
he
can
just tells you,
inspire him.
yeah, he just tells you that he didn't know there was so many dragons in his house, and that there was like a metal dragon now.
I try and calm him, and I do also try and inspire him as much as I can because it's obviously he's a big scaredy cat, and I'm like the opposite of that because I just crave combat and terrifying things. So if I can somehow kind of translate that, but if not, then I will just keep him happy with music and light
Yeah.
words.
No, perfect. Yep. Cool. All right. So we have, yep. Thank you. So we have the single coin with crystal in the center of it, the glass box with the beehive. Yep. The salt shaker shaped like a wizard's tar. I have that 2-inch pixie book. Um,
How much of this knucklehead trout should I remove from my inventory, Chris?
just you can just do one. It's fine. They're huge fish, so
Oh my god, I got
they're
25 of them.
yeah, they're big. They were in. They would have to be in the bag of holding, is what I was saying. That they were in the bag of holding, right? They're too big to
My
have on your
bag
person.
is yeah, okay, I guess that's where they'd have to be then. I was gonna say my bag is
Yeah.
literally all food and water. I have nothing else in it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Speaking of food and water, while I cook all this, I still have a bunch of wine skins, so again, being the guy that I am, I'd pass that around to anybody in the group who wants wine, including our new friend if he likes any of it.
Oh, Ivor will grab it so quickly that it's almost rude.
Make sure there's enough for the little one. I don't know if he enjoys it, but I'm sure Jingle Jangle would like it.
He'll be sharing and cheers, and he'll be in a quite lively mood as soon as the alcohol arrives.
Yep. So most of these items are from the unrealistic. So hold on one second. I'll just put them in so you guys have a record of them. I don't have the D&D Beyond stuff up yet, so hold on one second. But the first one is the coin, and I'll put this into. So basically, this is how this works, Kalina. So once per day, you take that coin and you flip it with your thumb. Um, Essentially, it has to hit the ground. It has to hit, like, you can't catch it. It has to hit a place on the ground that's going through it. It's a 50-50 shot. So you can roll You can actually roll any dice, d20 if you want or whatever, but it's 50-50 on each time. If it lands upright, and there's a very specific symbol that shows this when you flip it, a little pouch will appear right above this coin, and it will have a random amount of gold up to 20 gold in it. However, if it hits the other side, there's actually a small explosion of gunk, essentially, that will not only get all over you, but it will get all over everything within a 10-foot radius. And this gunk is so incredibly sticky and awful that for an entire day, until you take 2 hours to clean it off of your body, it will give you disadvantage on any attack roll that you make. So pretty significant. So you can also do this, like you can do this in combat to like try to also like throw this at enemies or whatever. It's just random chance essentially. You can only use this once per day. So yeah. Oh, the other one. So hold on, let me put that up for you. All of these items that you got from the fair, once you use it once, there is a chance for them to essentially break. You don't know what that is. It's completely secret. Identify doesn't actually tell you this because of the nature of these items. They're all Fey items. So just keep that in mind as well. There is a hidden effect that I roll every single time. If the item breaks, something unintended happens, and then of course you lose the item. Just keep that in mind though. Yeah, the coin is incredibly good actually. So
You know, I
the
wish I
the
still had that.
beehive, the beehive is same kind of item. By the way, it's a glass box with a tiny beehive. You throw it. The beehive does 1d10 worth of damage. This item is reusable, but this one has a much higher chance of breaking on you.
Did I ever tell you guys the time I bought whale meat for like 30 gold?
It was a good day. Fentrix the Generous buying stuff.
Kino will just look over at you with a raised eyebrow.
Yeah, it was when we first appeared in up north. I was getting some supplies because I didn't know how long we were going to be out and about doing stuff in the snow. And I mean, I had the cloak, so I wasn't really worried about getting cold, freezing to death. But this guy thought he was trying to pull one over on me and didn't realize that I was loaded. So I don't really have a good concept of money. To be honest with you, I never really like asked for all that much as I was growing up. So I just bought like the chunk of whale meat for like 30 gold, and I think I gave the man a stroke. That's where all this fish came from, actually. Now that I think about it, gave me a
Fentrix,
good deal on fish.
could you actually show me, now that we kind of have the time? I'm thinking of maybe summoning a steed, but I kind of want one like yours, and I'll motion to outside.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I do recommend we do this outside the house though, because I
Yes,
don't
yes,
want to
of
impose
course.
on our friend here.
No, absolutely. It'd be rude of me.
Um, can I tag out Grin real quick? You want to watch the fish? I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Sure.
I mean, if it starts to smell like it's burning, you just take it off the fire. I'll take care of it then.
Yeah, so those are the two items in this time frame that you guys have identified. The potion you can just actually try to go through it, try a tiny bit of it or whatever. This is actually Grin, didn't you already try the potion though? I thought you did try the potion.
I identified it.
I don't remember trying the potion.
Oh, so it was you, brother, that identified the potion?
Yeah, you just never gave me the info.
Let me see. Yeah, it's strange. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know why this is the case, but it is a potion of giant strength. It's hill giant. Um uh
It's not the good one.
yeah, so your strength short changes for an hour. I don't know why I didn't give that to you though. Interesting. All right. But yep, it is a potion of giant strength. It's still giant. But you guys have some more time before the other one, so
So it takes what 10 minutes, I think, right? If we or
yeah,
11 minutes
yeah,
if we
it's
ritual cast Find Steed.
yep. And the 21 minutes have passed for the other two identify, so you guys can do that. That's fine.
I'm just making sure that's how long it takes. I didn't want it to be like a longer spell than me not even be done with the ambush strike yet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 11 minutes. Cool.
You guys can literally do anything you like during this time. That's the thing with the identifies. We kind of just do them. It's not exactly real time, but it's close. That's the downside of using it as a ritual. But um, uh, while this is happening, you guys can literally do whatever you want. You could walk outside in the red if you wanted to. Whatever you want to do.
Oh, we've got the food cooking. I can't imagine that'll take forever, especially once we're
No,
done.
it's almost finished. It's that the food is almost done. The fish it cooks pretty quickly.
Now, when I got this, was it just like already filleted, or did he just give me the whole ass fish?
Oh no, he did fillet them. They were filleted on the table. He already
Okay.
filleted them for you. Yeah, these are huge fish. These are the size of small sharks. Essentially, they're very big.
Good to know. I thought they were just oversized goldfish with the
Yeah,
plate on their forehead.
yeah, no, they're very big. Yeah.
No, while this is going on, I'm gonna open up the crafting haversack and I'm gonna take a look at those Yeti body parts that we got a while back on the island.
Mm, Yep.
So I believe we got teeth, horn, eyes, meat, and claws. I imagine the meat's bad by now.
Yeah. It wasn't salted or anything, but you can just do a standard investigation check on all those components.
Still have whale meat.
So it's 13 for investigation.
Yeah, I mean everything has kept decently well except for the meat. You do notice, by the way, that all of it has this strange crystalline substance all over it. Um, you're not exactly sure what the hell this stuff is. It's slightly blue.
And some of the meat was still good or the meat was bad.
Meat's all spoiled by now.
Alright, so I'll probably dispose of the meat outside.
Yeah,
In
that's fine.
how many teeth, horns, and claws were there?
Yeah, so there's 10 claws. There's 30 teeth. And then you have over 4 horns that are usable. So 4 horns, sorry. 4 horns that are usable. I meant to say over 3. There's 4 horns
Alright.
that are usable. Yep.
Then I'm going to take the time with my alchemy kit to preserve the eyes.
The eyes actually are cool so the eyes are cool, and for whatever reason, they're actually fine. I mean, they're still like, bloodied around them, but they haven't dried out. You're not exactly sure why, but the eyes seem good.
Alright. Then he'll keep them in a separate pouch in there just for safekeeping.
Yep, cool.
I guess after he clears that out, he's gonna continue. He's gonna pull out one of the books of potions and continue reading.
Yep, cool.
Oh, did you want the flame cores?
Oh yeah, I'll take them.
Yeah, I had 3 of them.
Yeah, they're the size of they're the size of silver dollars if they were orbs essentially, and they are hot to the touch, and they do like ember and burn, and they do like shed very dim light.
So that's 3 fire elemental cores.
Flame
Yes.
cores, yeah. Yep.
God, I'm gonna help kill a big rock monster in the tomb. You know what I miss? I miss my bone helmet.
Is that a euphemism?
No, that was the Naga skull I had when I helped you guys kill that bone Naga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you identify the salt shakers shaped like a wizard's tower. What that is that if you take that and dump an appropriate amount of salt on the inside of it, meaning if you do it for 2 turns, 12 seconds, and you dump the salt on the ground, a random effect will happen that you basically roll for. Unfortunately, Identify doesn't tell you exactly what, although it's generally favorable. But this is one thing that you do have to experiment to go through. This is a Fey item, so it's also the other thing that's interesting is that the Identify will tell you that the item is itself alive. The Wizard's Tower is actually not a Wizard's Tower, it was a replica Wizard's Tower. And the Salt Shaker's name, which it tells you, is Dawn. And it's a replica wizard's tower from a very famous tower within Evermeet that's long lost its name. And Dawn is very sensitive about this. And that's all the identifier will tell you. But it tells you the command word to wake Dawn up as well. The command word
Okay.
is his name. It's his name.
And it's Dawn, like DAWN.
It's actually DON, but it
Ah.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it's DON, and you do have to roll a D100 every time you go do this. All it tells you is that it's generally favorable.
Mm.
This is a Fey item.
When I give that item back to Kino, who I believe had the item, I'm going
Yes.
to tell her that she should use it as soon as possible.
Wait, what? Why?
Because I want to see what it does.
Do you want me to use it? Well,
Now,
do you know what
even
it
though
does?
this item is sentient, something you should know when Chris wrote these, every single one of the items still has a chance to break every time you use it. They vary from very unlikely to very, very likely. This one's a very unlikely, which means I roll a D100. It's got a 1% chance. If it's very, very likely, it can be as much as a 75 to 90% chance.
Mm.
Just a heads up. I don't know why he created a sentient item that can be destroyed, but that is how it is, so I'm using it. So, but yeah.
Henri, did the identify give you how long this effect lasts?
I don't know,
No,
Chris. Oh.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't actually.
I mean, I'll do it right now, or I could do it.
I mean, you can. It's your item. You can do it whenever. I just really want to see what it does because it gave me some
You can
like.
wake up the item. You can wake up the item and not shake it. By the way, the only time the triggers on the fact that I guess it's a balance thing because some of these items are amazing. So it's a balance thing on when they break. But you can activate the item and not break it, or you can use it and it's just a 1% chance of this item breaking.
I will wake it up a little before I use it, but I promised Fentrix I'd help him with this summon steed right now, Henri. So I'll let you go back to identifying the rest of the stuff, and then I will make sure that you're uh, watching and near me when I use it before we depart after our rest.
Okay, thank you.
How's that?
Sounds good. Go help Fentrix.
I will walk back.
Out of character, by the way, I did tests on all these items. Probably why they're not released. Like that, some of these items are fucking phenomenally good. Like the one specifically that give disadvantage in combat as a bomb is phenomenally good. Chances are it will break on you, but
Make a
these are
mistake.
really fucking good items.
Is he outside with us, or is he inside?
He is. He would be inside. Sorry, he went inside with Ivar. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't want to come out here and summon another ambush strike with him standing right there.
No, he's inside. Yep, he's inside. So at this point, you guys have made the fish. You've gathered around. By the way, he clears the workbench off of everything, and he says, "Oh, everyone can sit here and eat. We'll eat all his friends." And he gets tables and he gets chairs and lines them up so everyone can eat. And he says, "So, where is everyone from? While we eat our fish." And he said, "This is very good fish, by the way."
I'm from just outside Baldur's Gate.
He said, "Oh, I don't know where that is. Baldur's Gate. Jingle Jingle's never been."
I guess we could say most of us are from Faerun, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Telemy's been to Faerun. I have never been to Faerun, though.
Neverwinter born and raised.
He said, "Yep. Neverwinter sounds not cold."
Actually, I think it is pretty cold right now.
He said, "Well, that's a strange name for a cold place."
Yes, there is actually winter in Neverwinter.
He said, "Oh, it's a lie."
Yeah.
It just usually doesn't snow. Also, it doesn't
Oh.
get as cold as other places.
Oh, well, all right. So you're from a lie. He
Yeah.
said, "This is really good fish."
Oh, you're welcome.
Tell us more about Telemy.
Oh, Telemy is my friend. We're we're on her right now. Telemy is that's why my house, by the way, is on all this cushion because I want to hurt her. But she's stuck. Stuck by those bad buildings over next to us.
It was she always a hill?
Yep. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. She's always been a hill since I've known her. She's
She,
super good.
she ever talk to you?
Yeah, sometimes, but right now she's sleeping because of that building.
Did
I would-
somebody build that, or did it just show up there through magic one day?
No, see, my house has been on Telemine for a long time, and Telemine goes all throughout hither and thither, and all Prismere, and sometimes even other places. I've actually been to really cool places on top of this place, and Telemine can go anywhere, I think. And we came, and she was traveling, and then we stopped, and then she went to sleep because of the bad place. Now she doesn't move anymore.
Do you know what's in the bad place?
Probably wizards, but I don't know. And I don't go over there because it's scary. Because I went over there once and then something tried to bite me and I left.
Was it?
It was like a dragon. He
Oh.
said no offense, but I don't like them.
Yeah, I get that a lot, believe it or not.
Yeah. And he says, "Why do you have a metal dragon?" He looks at you, brother.
It's a long story.
But you're alive? Even though you're a
Yes.
metal? So you are you're a real metal dragon?
Not quite a dragon. I used to be.
He says, "Okay. That's scary."
It's
He
a
says,
long
"Anyway."
story.
He says, so anyway, so Telemy is my friend, and she doesn't like dragons, and I don't like dragons. But you're okay. You're kind of nice. Um, but I don't like the big dragons because they bite. Um, so yep, that's me and Telemy, and I've lived on Telemy for a long time. And oh, Telemy helps me find keys. We go everywhere and find keys together, or used to. but she's been asleep for like a month. Oh, and Tellamy helps me find truffles.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, yeah. But ever since Zabolna went to sleep or went away or whatever, things have been even scarier. And that's when this all happened. I bet if she wasn't asleep, then this couldn't have happened to Tellamy, and I wouldn't be stuck.
Have I had enough wine to be inebriated?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can definitely make a. Yeah, you would have enough wine by this
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Well, the drunk one here is from Cormir, and although I am 1 foot, I think this Telemy needs to have her legs loosened. Perhaps should we go to the bad place?
Yeah, he said that's right. That's what we should do. Go. Well, you guys should do it because I'm not really good at that. But he said, but Jingle Jangle would really appreciate that. If you help my friend, I would be so happy. Matter of fact, if you help my friend, maybe she can take you back to where you're from, that the Lie Town.
Lie Town.
Well, we
Never.
don't quite need to get to the Lie Town yet.
I mean, I haven't been to the Lie Town in 149 years. I'd be alright to go back to the Lie Town.
Well, and she said, you
No,
know what
we
else
can't
is
go back
good?
to the Light Town.
And I should have mentioned this, but sometimes I heard a rumor that if you leave from where you're from, sometimes you leave and come back at the wrong time or the wrong place, or you get super old or you get super young. But if you leave with Telemy, then it's better
Well,
because then maybe you come back at the right time.
I think that definitely something we need to look into then. I think the bad place needs to be taken care of.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be good if we came back like, I don't know, like 10 or 20 years ago than when we went in? Wouldn't that be better for us?
Ugh,
I'd
I
be a
Well,
think
wouldn't we-
baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't we age back then? I'd be like 12.
Oh, do we age too? I sorry, I
He
maybe
says, I don't know.
misunderstood.
He says, I don't actually know how it works, but I do know that Telemy is really good at going places. She's a good hill, and she can go to any place she wants.
Just not right now.
Nope.
If you
Ivor,
don't,
where
Oh.
from Cormier are you?
Sorry, I had my mute on. Well, so okay. Transparency. I don't have all the details worked out yet with Chris, but we'll be ad-libbing parts of it. But we have talked about it.
Yep.
Far north, I spent most of my time up there, battling the giants that were impressing themselves upon my people. You may or may not have heard of the giant slayers of Cormir. I was one of them for a long time.
Ooh, have I?
You would have heard of at least. So there are a number of barbarian tribes that deal with giants. Giants are a threat off of the northern mountain range of Cormir. So you would have definitely heard of people who deal with them. You wouldn't necessarily have heard of his specific tribe, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I have I've heard of them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, many of my friends have died, and I honor them. I hope someday to join them, because each day that goes by is a chance I die in my bed, and that would be a great, great dishonor for me.
What if you get like stabbed in your bed? Does that still count?
Henri, no, you can't stab him.
Kino could take care of that.
I don't have the strength to stab him. I'm just saying, like, does it still count as like dishonorable if you get stabbed in your bed? Because then you die in your bed. But does it count?
If it was an enemy, I think it would count.
Okay.
I mean, he is old enough.
Would it not like automatically be an enemy if they're stabbing you in your sleep?
I don't know. My friend stabbed me in the back,
Yeah, so did
Maybe it's
mine.
stabbing up the net.
so you know.
Which friends of yours, Henri, stabbed you in the back?
I mean metaphorically.
I
Yeah,
thought you were all
was it?
talking literally.
No, I'm
I
talking
was
No, I'm talking metaphorically. And it was Kino.
What? Oh, yeah.
I mean, she did that right in front of your face.
Yeah, that's why it was metaphorical.
But I
Both
do
the,
not.
both the stabbing and behind the back are metaphorical in the situation.
Yes.
Anyway, Jingle Jangle. Do you mind if you write down the list of things you need taken care of and we can see if we can help out with a little bit of that?
Well, I thought it was just the two things: getting the rabbits and taking the truffles back, and getting rid of that weird building.
We also need to get the wizard towers taken care of to get those little crystal things to get through barriers, and gods know what else we're going to find while we're here that needs to get taken care of, because I feel like it's always something.
Jingle
No.
Jangle, can you tell us more about the rabbits that took your truffles?
Yep. He says, yeah, those Harnegonian devil rabbits. They took my truffles and they beat me with sticks on my head, and I hit them with a lock, but it didn't matter. And they sometimes try to come into my house and steal stuff too. But here's the problem. And he says they have that giant tree place, and it's very hard to get in there if they get in there, and they just go everywhere around this forest. And by the way, Telemy hates them too. Telemy used to step on them, but of course Telemy can't move anymore. But they're everywhere, and they're super. He said, "Oh, one of them is named Agdon. Agdon something scarf. Agdon something scarf, and he's super fast. You don't want to see him because he's very, very fast. He has a lightning scarf."
Could we just set their tree on fire?
That
Said
does
that's a
sound
good
pretty
idea.
cool.
That's a good idea. You could try
Or
to set their tree on fire.
if we go to the bad place and get your friend Telemy moving again, could Telemy help us knock the tree over?
Yeah, tell him he could just step on them. But the problem is that guy, that one with the scarf is super fast, and he's a problem. He's a real problem. Oh, he has like a poker, a really hot poker, and he's super fast. And he's very scary. He's a criminal. Criminal scary rabbit.
I am also very fast.
Yeah, but he's like so fast that he like turns into lightning.
Well, I'd like to see him keep up with my lightning then.
Thought you were gonna say, Grin said, "I am also criminal."
So you
Yeah,
guys,
but he says they really aren't a bad thing. And honestly, Telemy was just gonna move on. We were just going in this area because this is where the best truffles are, and they like the truffles. But then it happened, and now Telemy's just stuck here. And by the way, I wasn't even gonna tell you guys because Telemy's my friend. I didn't want anybody to hurt her. But since you guys are friends, and since Ivar let me do music, I think I trust you enough to do this, but if you really would help me, it would cause so many problems to go away. Because also, we we're also in a place where there's the red trees. The red trees are awful, and we want to get out of here because of those red trees. And then there's also wizards' towers in here, and the bad wizards are here.
yes.
So it would be
Oh.
really good to leave here.
Do we think that we should go to the bad place and help Telemy first then to make everything else easier, guys?
I think that's a good idea. I would love to roll through that tree and take out as many as we can.
Agreed.
And he said if you go to the wizards towers and we find that the hidden wizards tower, then you guys can get those crystal figurines, and then you can go into the barriers.
And that's where the person is you needed to talk to, Kino? Was that did I miss
Brother.
something here? Brother,
Or
okay.
no, yes, no. I need to find something. Oh, I don't know where it is, but maybe
Yes,
it's a good
no,
place
no,
to look.
yes. Yeah, no. No, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I think helping our two friends is probably the best place to start, and then exterminating some rabbits sounds like a fun time. I'm sure Grin would like that one as much as I would.
The rabbits are mean.
Rabbit season.
And
Duck
it's
season.
just pest control at that point, is it not?
Will us like completely going through their tree like upset the balance around here?
They're so bad. They're like not supposed to even be doing this stuff. That's the thing. If Sibilna was awake, see, he said there's a long story about this actually. He says I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you, but maybe. He says, "What can you do to show me that you are Jingle Jingle's real friends?"
I mean, I
Jingle
can't
Jingle
speak.
has to really trust you.
I can't speak for everyone, but I'm more than willing to go to the bad place and take care of anything that's in there.
Yeah, we're gonna get those
Yeah.
shuffles back.
He said, "Yeah, yeah, truffles." He said, "But what can be done so Jingle Jingle knows you're truly a trustworthy friend?"
What have others done in the past to prove their trustworthiness?
I guess maybe freeing Telemy would work, or He says, he says, I trust me, I want to trust you, but well, okay, so he said, so this is one of the things that happened. Um, uh, Agdon, he I think he used to maybe work with Sibilna, maybe, but I don't know for sure, and that's why I just have to be very careful because I don't know how her magic works, and if I say the wrong thing, maybe someone gets me. But I know their song.
Their song.
Yeah,
Whose song?
the stupid rabbit song.
What's it
Would
sound
you
like?
say
He says it sounds like this. He says, "With sticks and stones we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare. Only swift and stand up hair. Scarf that's glorious, thieves notorious. His deeds are truly notorious." I don't even know that word. With a wink and a grin, he'll show his cunning. A flash in his scarf, he'll take off running. Quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing. Grasping, you'll end up filling. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer. Thanks to Agdon Lawn Scarf, Brigand, Prince of Prismere. Agon Longscarf. That's his name. I now remember. That's her stupid song.
Grin applauds.
Yeah, that was good. It was a
Yeah,
stupid
I will
song, but you
also.
did a good job.
Yeah.
He said, "What does Notorious mean?"
Meritorious?
Yeah, I don't know it.
That's not notorious.
Prince.
They say meritorious or meritorious.
Ah, merit.
So I actually didn't know that word. I just looked it up.
You can tell him if you want to. Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of cheating, but not really.
No,
You
no,
can
like
tell.
I
You can
was
tell.
just, that was me saying that to you, Chris. That was
I
me
gotcha.
like
Yeah.
out of game
Yep.
because I didn't know
Yep.
that word, so I had to look it up.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it though because I had to Google it.
No, it's okay. That's fine. It just means
Meritorious
you're resourceful. That's fine. Yeah.
That's Henri having higher intelligence than Amanda.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not hard though.
But he says, yeah, he says this place has all the rabbits. He said some of the other places they have yucky stilt walkers. Oh, did you see any of the children, by the way?
children?
Yeah. He said don't touch them or hit them. They become purple. They just go away. But I saw a stilt walker try to kill a children and eat its head, and it just goes purple, and then it goes away.
We did see one child a long time ago.
Yep.
Did we?
They-
Where did we see a child?
They gave us the ticket, remember?
Oh yeah, that creepy little kid.
I mean, there's a lot of kids. It could be different kids, but those are the children I remember.
I don't know. Children are gross, and they're always sticky.
We
It's like
haven't
they never
seen
bid.
any children here, but there was someone walking among the red-leaved trees.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the old person that's like scary. Yeah, I wouldn't talk to them. They will eat you, and that's not good. They will literally eat your soul.
They can
That's why I
try.
don't talk to them. Yeah, they're hard. They're scary and they eat souls. But he says they good news is they leave Jingle Jangle alone.
Oh,
Is that because you don't have a soul?
well, that's
No,
free.
it's Jingle Jangle is super scary because I have this, and he shows you his flail with his locks. He says that's why they leave me alone because I could hit their heads.
With all the locks.
Yep, with all those locks. So if you see a child, don't hit it. And if you see a scary tall man that has blonde hair, then I you can try to talk to them, but they'll probably just kind of try to eat your face. But yeah, it's because I have these locks, and he just whips them around. He says I'll hit them in the face, and they don't like that. You can
No.
inside check him. Essentially, Kylena, since you're really good at this anyway, you get the impression that he actually doesn't really know why they don't bother him, but he thinks it's because he's scary with this flail. So,
Yeah, I'd roll that check too.
yep. I'll let you guys both do it. Go ahead and roll and see if you get anything else out of it.
It's a 29. Got a nat
Yeah.
20 on it.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
24
Okay.
for me.
Okay, so you would both give the same very similar things, but what you realize is that Jingle Jangle is literally saying this to make himself uh, feel better about his situation here. This is the things that you get that are hidden though. That you've so now that you've both spent a lot of time with him, and Kylena, you're gonna get a little more here. But brother, first and foremost, you realize that Jingle Jangle has is in a bad situation, meaning that uh, because he's stuck and because he feels like he has a bunch of like enemies and stuff around him, he has been doing a lot of different things to try to make himself like stay sane and not have a ton of anxiety. Kailana, what you realize is that Jingle Jangle actually, the reason why Jingle Jangle talks to himself in the third person, and the reason why Jingle Jangle is a little off, is because of some kind of um, hardcore trauma that you just obviously have not spent enough time like talking to him to figure out, but it's trauma related. That and because of the way the conversations have been going, you do feel like there's some kind of weird connection with him and above Lorna. Like whatever he was telling you before about the fact that she helped him, maybe she didn't. Maybe she made things worse. You're not exactly sure. But that's your guess. So there's way more going on here with Jingle Jangle than him just being because goblins, even though they aren't the most intelligent creatures, they're not this messed up and they don't generally talk to themselves in the third person, but he is. So there's more to this.
All right.
Did we want to get a rest in before we tried to go to the bad place?
Sure. Sleep is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time we technically slept was. I guess before we left the carnival.
No, it was. Yeah, the last time we slept was in the carnival.
As long as I've got the Drake and nothing attacks it and completely just outright I want to say kill, but that's not necessarily the right word. I can communicate with it and you can let me know telepathically if anything is coming. So I don't think there's necessarily that much of a need for a watch, right? Because I'd just wake myself up or it would wake me up.
Well, also, Jingle Jangle said the house is safe.
Right, but is anything ever really safe? I don't know, that's probably just me and PTSD from the tomb.
Well, also, Kino and I only need 4 hours, so
Yeah.
And I
Wow,
never actually
fancy.
sleep.
I do sleep.
Right? We can't all be fancy.
Yeah.
Some
Show
humans.
offs.
Should
I have
take
a
nap.
couple third level spells that
I take
I can
nap.
get back.
Sorry, is this gonna be a long rest or a short rest?
It's long at that point, right? We don't want to travel at nightfall then. Especially
Right.
going to a place that he refers to as the bad place.
Yeah, Grin also needs a normal amount of sleep then.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's getting dark. I mean, it's definitely getting dark.
Did we get any more before we start the long rest?
I think there's only one more to identify. So yes, you would have. Hold on, let me see. Unless I'm mistaken. Hold on. The last one on the list, I believe, is.
It was. I think I still haven't gotten the loot or the candy mischief unicorn or the golden egg.
Oh, sorry. So there's 3. Hold on. Hold on. The 1d10 damage and the 5. That's the beehive, by the way. Sorry, Henri. Yep, I see it. So the candy mischief unicorn is so essentially this is something that you can use over and over again. This also has the ability to break. This item, what it will do is it will actually heal you for 5 points of damage every time you consume it. However, it does also make you incredibly hyper until you take a long rest. It doesn't affect combat. It doesn't do anything else, but that's the side effect. So you can only use it once per day. You can try to eat it again. If you do, you make a Constitution saving throw, and that the DC rises every time you try it. It does heal you again for 5 more points of damage. However, if you fail the con save, it takes all the damage back and then hurts you 5 points.
Oh wow.
And it's like a game that goes through, yeah. So con save starts at a DC 10, and it goes every single time you use it, it goes up by 2. And this also has a chance of breaking, by the way. The cat hair loot is a let me just read through this one because again, all these are untested. Hold on. Yeah. Yep, that is correct. Okay, so the cat hair loot is a loot that you use that literally summons 1d4 cats around you, and the cats are fey spirits that last for 6 hours. It doesn't do anything else. It will summon. You just roll a d4, and that's how many cats that it summons you. The cats themselves look like normal cats, with the exception that they actually do glow in the dark. They glow pink in the
That's
dark.
amazing.
Yep. Um. All right. And the
It
golden
reminds me
egg,
of
which
the
was
one cat that I got to like me.
Yep.
The golden egg was what?
So so the golden egg on use is actually the golden egg is actually the best item. It's completely random though. So whoever uses the golden egg has to stand outside, and for 10 minutes they have to sit down with the golden egg and cup it in their hands, almost like they're incubating it. And then you roll a D100 and you get a magic item. It actually comes out of the golden egg, and I don't actually control which magic item this is. There's a list that has literally 100 of them on there. This is the reason why this wasn't released is because this one's the most frightening for not only any DM but also the most game breaking one. But I am going to use it since Chris wrote it. So you get a random chance for literally 100 magic items on his table. There are magic items that already exist within the game. They're in D&D Beyond. So
We should do it now.
Yeah.
We should.
yeah, you can do whenever you
Yeah.
can do it whenever you want. So,
Well, Ivar would mention that he specifically said to plant this.
Yep.
Right. So
he did tell you
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
he has a bit of an issue with that. In that, it seems like he had another intention for this that might be maybe even beneficial to us. Maybe we should ask him about it.
Well, he gave us an acorn, right? Not an egg. That was something different.
So there's the golden acorn that he was talking about, and that's are you talking about what Jingle Jangle was talking about, Eric?
Oh, okay. So complete.
Yeah, it's a different item. It's a different item. Yeah,
So I will retract the last 30 seconds.
that's fine. Yeah.
He's just doing that thing where he pretends he's a VCR tape rewinding. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Nah, just chalk it up to him being drunk.
Yeah, I mean, if Whirl got it, I would be happy holding on to it while people rest, and then whatever hatches from it, we'll give it back if he wants to rest for.
That
How-
seems agreeable enough.
How long did we have to incubate it again?
It's
Good
10
incubator,
minutes in your
yeah.
hands. You literally just hold it in your hands for 10 minutes or so, and it literally will crack and open, and inside of it will spawn a magic item. It actually opens what it does on the inside, and I'll read that. What it actually does is it opens up an interdimensional space with a cache of magic items that already exist. There are 100 of them within this space. It depends. What actually determines what magic item you get is at what point of time you're actually doing this, but the actual mechanic, but you don't know, and there's really no way to find out because it was never actually finished. There would have been, but he didn't finish it, and it's fine. And there's a table anyway for this. So essentially, what you do is you just roll a d100, and there's 100 items on the list, and you get one of those items.
It's the mystery box from Call of Duty. That's what this is.
Sorry, other than that, then I will just let Whirl do it.
I'm gonna go
No
make
problem.
myself comfortable. Dang.
Probably do that before we go to bed, just to.
Yeah, bang it out. Maybe it's a magic pillow.
Oh,
That would be handy.
can I Jingle Jangle? What's that? That big like golden thing you've got above the staircase.
He says, "Oh, that's He said that was given to me by my friend that was a wizard." And he says, "I actually don't know. And by the way, the wizard cast a spell on me. I don't even remember his name." He says, "We can go look at it though, if you want to see it."
Oh, I saw it before when we were looking for the little dragon friend. I was just
Yeah, he
curious
says,
if you knew what it
he's-
did.
he says, "I don't actually know what it does anymore. If you figure it out, can you let me know though?"
Yeah. Do you mind if we touch it then? If we decide to try and figure out what it does?
Sure. He says, "Yeah, you can figure it out."
I mean, I'm a little curious, Henri. I don't know if you'd want to risk it, but I mean, I guess technically I could identify it too.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
The big gold thing above the staircase.
Sure. Let's check it out.
Does it look like I could take it off the wall without damaging it?
Chris?
Sorry, say that again, guys.
Yeah.
You want
Does
to
it
take
look
it
like?
off the wall?
Well, yeah. Does it look like I could do it without damaging it? Because I don't want to break anything that's his.
You could certainly try to take it off the wall. So do me a favor and just give me a standard investigation check on the magic item, and I'll tell you what exactly it looks like and how it's fastened.
Can I also?
What?
Yeah, you can help.
Good, because that's bad coming from me. Yeah, that's an
Yeah, of
8.
course. All right. So Fentrix, it just looks like it's fastened to the wall with no screws or anything else, almost as if it's like solidly like glued to the wall, which to you seems a little suspect. Henri, I'll let you try.
17.
All right, so Andre, this is what you realize. So as you start to look at this item, there's a couple different things that are a bit alarming. First and foremost, it doesn't look like there's anything that's fastening it to the wall. So it looks like it's using some kind of either magical solvent or it's using some kind of like magical force to adhere itself to the wall itself, which means that it's probably decently powerful enough of a magic item to be wary of it. Secondly, one of the things that you do notice is that this item doesn't actually it almost looks like it's a piece of some kind of very sophisticated, almost like magical tool or technology. The only other places you've ever seen anything like this for are things like Brother. Doesn't mean that you're for sure that this does come from a place like Eberron or something, but it's possible.
You just have to touch it to identify it, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to, Henri? Do you want to just stand on my shoulders and I'll just?
I mean, I
stand
could
under
do it too. That's
You can also identify.
yeah.
Oh, all right.
Fey touch. It's a hell of a spell. Or a feat. So I
Sure,
could-
you can identify it. Just tell me what it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
just
go ahead
gonna
and
like
do that.
stand awkwardly to the side because like usually that's what she does.
Staring
Is this something
daggers.
are you casting this, Ventrix, or is this something that you do?
It's a
ritual?
ritual. Yeah, I can
Okay.
ritual it. Actually, I can cast it for free once a day, so I'm just gonna do that.
Cool. So this is a control mechanism for an elemental airship. This is a piece that you need to use to control one of them.
Oh,
And not only is it a key, but it also acts as kind of a steering wheel.
oh, cool. Yeah, I'll relay that information to Grin and Henri.
That's so cool.
Abel would have really liked that.
You would also know that it's kind of priceless. These are very expensive.
Did we? Were we talking with Jingle Jingle about this item before? I'm sorry, I zoned out.
Yeah, I asked him if I can come up here and mess with it to figure out what it is.
Okay, but did
And he also said some wizard that he used to know a long time ago that made him forget who that wizard was. Also made him forget whatever this did.
well, it's super cool though.
Definitely don't like how it's not attached to the wall in any reasonable.
That's
Does
the
it?
other problem is that it's you're not exactly sure how to get this down even with the identify. There's no command word or anything.
If I
Try
reach
and-
up, can I grab like what looks like it's like the right handle of it and just kind of pull on it a little bit?
Yeah, of course you can. Yep. Yeah, make a
No.
strength check.
Not overly good at that.
I'm
Do you want me to
gonna.
help you?
I'm gonna. If Grin's helping, then never mind.
Oh, I got a nat 20. We're good. That's a 22.
Okay. Yeah, so you go through and you grab onto it, and what happens is you take a piece of plaster out of the wall as well. As soon as the plaster reaches like the 1 millimeter threshold of where, because you actually get it out, and as it does that, it the entire like lining of that plaster starts to glow incredibly bright. And then just give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Can't take this guy anywhere. No chill.
Do you want me
Listen.
to put in it, or do you want to risk it?
Probably. That's.
I
Well,
have a
that's a
16.
13. Yeah, I had a 13.
And
Oh.
yeah.
Listen, the one time he was strong.
He was too strong. He pulled the steering wheel off the car.
It's like when somebody's a backseat driver and you just detach the steering wheel and you hand it to them.
Oh, what a lovely house you have. Starts pulling picture frames off the wall.
Listen, sometimes I don't know my own
What
strength.
did you get?
I got a 13.
It's nice knowing you, Fentrix.
Sorry, give me
It
1 second.
happens. Listen, I got 400 backup characters. If I get annihilated by a steering wheel, it was just fate.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, it's okay. You take. So you don't take that much. So surprisingly, you get out just in time. You only take 2 points of damage. It's electrical damage too, and it goes through and it like shocks you. Now there is an outline though of this glowing thing that's there where you clearly have ripped this off the plaster. and it's like slowly glowing.
Well, let's just pretend I didn't do that. We'll go tell Jingle Jangle that it's
Yep.
it's a steering
How
wheel.
how immediately obvious is it that he just pulled something off of the wall?
I'll put the shield up to it, just
Well,
block
that's
the
the
light.
thing. It's not super immediately obvious because it only came off less than a millimeter, and it's just the outline that's glowing. You don't know if Jingle Jangle would ever know.
So, do we want to tell him it's a steering wheel for an airship?
Yeah. I mean, it's his item. Let's see
Yeah,
what he
you
says.
shouldn't touch things on her. You see what happens?
Don't worry, I would never have been able to pull it off the wall in the first place.
I'm gonna head back to Jingle Jangle, and I'll just kind of poke my head around the corner, like down at the stairs, and just be like, "It's a steering wheel to some fancy airship."
Jingle says, What is an airship?" And he goes up and he starts to go up.
I think it's just a ship that is in the air. That's about all the information I can give you, because I don't really know.
He says, He says, He says, "I don't remember." He said, Why would someone leave that at my house?"
Since you don't remember the wizard that gave it to you at all?
But I do remember what he looked like, but I do not remember his name.
Could you describe him at all?
Yep, he is tall, and he wore red and gold, and he had a white beard, and he had he smelled like pipe smoke. I do
Describing
not
every
remember his
wizard.
name.
That sound like anyone I have heard of before.
You could try to do a history check. Not 20 as a mantis, I would give it to you, but other than that, it's too big.
Okay.
Was he human?
Definitely not a nat 20. It was a 2. If you
Can
want
I
to add anything
also
for me.
can I also
I got a
try?
nat 20.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Never
There you go,
mind.
Kailana.
Yeah. So Kailana, I will give you three names to give him, and you can give him all three names if you want. But so the only thing that's coming out to you is like the smoke and the fact that he had white hair. Elminster is known to wear like red clothing with gold. He does have white hair. He does smoke a pipe. Um, there's also another wizard named Karn that also is very similar to this. And then there's another wizard that you remember from being in the Harpers. That's also named Artemis. That's also very similar.
I'm gonna list off all 3 of those names to Jingle Jangle and see if any of them like rings a bell or if he has any kind of reaction to any of them. Like that he immediately forgets I said the word or something.
Yep. So you go through and you do that, and it does seem like there is a magical spell blocking him even understanding the word Elminster.
Wait, what if we show him the necklace I got?
Maybe we should put that back on the wall.
I didn't take it off the wall. I was just trying to turn it a little bit.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna walk up there. I'm gonna ready a mending for the plaster.
Before Kino does that, can Kailena do an investigation check to see if there's any kind of like steering mechanism she can find anywhere in this, like hidden buttons, panels, etc.?
Yeah. So if you go ahead and give me an investigation. I'll let you do the entire room. So
23.
Yep. So you start to look through the. So first you look through that wall. There's actually nothing special about the wall. This must be an effect that's either embedded within the wall itself, the plaster, maybe beyond the wheel, something like that. You're not exactly sure. It seems dangerous, so you're not super willing to go through and start picking out plaster where it's glowing. But you start to go through and look through the room itself. And as you start to look through the room itself to find any other clues of what's going on, you do see that there is let me you do notice that there's something interesting about Jingle Jingle's bed, because when you look underneath it, there are strange carved symbols all throughout his bed underneath the opposite end. So you actually had to, like, you saw them as you dug in, and as you were looking through everything, you saw them, and sure enough, they're carved on the underside of his bed. So if you want to now, you can do an Arcana check to kind of just find or figure out what these are. But they are some kind of weird arcane symbol. That's the only thing that you found, though. Remember, he also has a magic mirror in his room as well.
I'm gonna call Whirl and Henri over because I don't know anything about magic.
Yep.
Hello. Hi.
Magic stuff, you say?
And I'm gonna point out underneath the bed all the symbols that are carved. It seems kind of weird. Maybe connected to the steering wheel?
It does seem weird.
Oh,
Can I
yeah?
check them out? Can we check them
Yeah.
out first?
Yeah, do an Arcana check. Yep.
That's an 18 for Whirl. And Henri did a little bit better.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. I'll be downstairs if anybody needs me.
27.
Henri
right,
pushed
so-
another way.
All right. So surprisingly, what this is, you've never seen anything like this, Henri. But what the magical symbols are spells that are like charged to not go off unless certain things happen. It must be Elminster or someone else incredibly powerful that's able to do these things. He's hidden them underneath the bed, and that looks like they're conditions. One of them is the effect that happen behind the steering wheel. There are many other effects that seem to be that could happen here. Um, if certain things are going through, and unfortunately they're way too complicated and way outside of your understanding to even understand this, but there's a ton of conditions of spells that can happen in this room specifically if certain things are to take place. For whatever reason, the only thing that you gather out of this is that and then you start to think about maybe it has something to do with the hill, maybe this is a safe place. You have no idea why Elminster, for instance, would put a ship, like a steering wheel to an Elminster ship in a random like goblin's house. But this whole entire room is set up to do certain things if other things happen. This would maybe explain why there's this highly magical, crazy ass mirror in here as well. That said, though, these things are not things that you can use detect magic on because they're not actually up yet. The runes themselves are actually made to subvert detect magic. They're inert unless things happen. You've never
Okay.
seen any kind of magic like this. It's phenomenal and also way beyond anything you understand. Now you could this is what you do now that you've found them. Unless there are effects to stop this, there would be nothing stopping you from burning the bed or whatever, and then of course they would go away. Unless, of course, there are a ton of runes that you don't understand in this bed specifically to counteract you destroying it. But destroying the bed, if you could find a way to do it, would certainly work. That said, you have no idea if that's one of the conditions to protect itself.
No, I wouldn't mess with them because, as far as I'm aware, like this might be what's keeping the house safe, and like
Right,
I'm not
right.
messing with that. I also
There's
like
many conditions. Many
there's so many
conditions on
things that
this.
could just go wrong with that.
Yep. But that doesn't mean that for whatever reason this is an important place. So this is a house on top of a hill in the Feywild that it does have some spongy like things going through it. So when you really start to think about this, if you wanted to keep things safe, this is a good place. But
Yeah, I would tell Kylena, there's a bunch of runes under there that aren't activated yet, and I don't know what could make them be activated, but I don't think we should mess with them because they're really, really strong. I don't know what they could do.
Well, all right then. Good job, Henri. She kind of pats her on the head.
I am so happy.
I just realized, just on a side note, I gotta attune to the Corpse Slayer again because I forgot that I was just handed it, and we didn't have time to attune to it before. So I'll do that before we take a long rest.
Yep.
While he's doing that, I may go outside and see if I can hatch the egg.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, if you want to go outside and take the 10 minutes, go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
I'm gonna go out with him.
Yep, Kylan is also going to go out.
All right, cool. As you guys are going through and hatching the egg, by the way, and Evie, if you're still there, you notice that off into the distance, but rapidly approaching you, is a small 10-year-old girl. She's coming out from the woods right here. Let me give you a miniature for her.
Damn, some good ambush trick. Getting ambushed by a child.
I thought I was gonna get stabbed in the bed. It's just not gonna be me.
No,
Does she look like the little girl we saw in the carnival?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, completely different little girl. And let's get a miniature for her.
So it's a different little girl, but does it look similar, like, oh God, how do I say this? Like physically? Like, does it, like, if the little girl in the carnival was like looking like a ghost, does this child also look like a ghost?
No, she looks like a real child, solid real child. Not like that though. Hold on. It's not exactly that. She looks like she's the standard size of like a very young girl. She doesn't look like tiny or anything. That's just the best that I can do in Tales of Fire, unfortunately. Evie, if you want to actually if you want to describe her, you can.
No, I just came back from the market. Give me a second. I'm catching up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries. Yep.
She is, I don't know, she looks like a little girl with flowers. That's all I got for you guys.
Excellent job.
No worries.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Let me
Yep.
put into this. She has curling blonde hair, bright blue eyes, a smattering of freckles across her cheek, and a cheeky grin.
You do notice this, Whirl, you notice her first as you were trying to go through this. Did you roll, by the way?
I rolled a 25. I don't know if we're gonna have to resolve the child running
25.
up
No, that's
first.
fine. No, of course. It's happening all at the same time in real time in 10 minutes. So you remember, you're holding this egg. You have to hold it the whole time. You can't let it go. So these 10 minutes are very important to you. Otherwise, you lose the item. So
Yeah. So I'll just be sitting there holding it, and if Henri didn't notice, I would nudge my head in the direction of the child and been like, "I'm busy. I've got an egg."
Hi. Who are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
I live here.
Is that your name?
Is that your name?
I never said my name.
Neither did I.
But I asked you for it.
Just because you ask something doesn't mean you're gonna get it.
That's fair.
And Jingle Jangle comes out as well while he's doing this because he wanted to see the egg, and he says, "Oh, this is a girl. Do not hit her."
Of course we won't hit her.
Is this one of the children?
No, this is Jingle Jangle. So you've seen him before. This is a goblin. He's orange colored. He's got keys all over him.
I think that was
you've only.
Kailena asking Jingle Jangle, is this one of the children?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. So Kyle, were you asking Jingle Jangle this?
Yes, because he told us
Okay.
about
Yep.
children
Yep.
that we shouldn't hit.
That's
that
right. He
turn
said
purple.
yes. He said this is one of the children. And if you hit her, she'll be purple. And then if Zablina's still around, she'll come and she'll use her power to get you.
I'll be purple? What?
He said, "Yep." He said, "Yep, yep, yep. I saw this happen." So those stilt things, those stilt people, the stilt people when they try to get the children, when they try to eat the children and take their heads, and they try to kill them, then you go purple, and then you go somewhere else.
Yeah, the little girl's going to step closer to the woman that first addressed her, Henri, I suppose.
Henri's
this
like a younger girl,
Oh, but like how old?
17.
Yeah, the woman. It's a
Yeah.
small child.
Yep.
17 is teenager.
You know,
She's
kids, they're
small
going to
for
look
her
at you
age,
and
too.
see like you're old.
Yeah.
She's going to approach the older woman and she's just going to be like,
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. Like, my granny said that this person is like a couple of papayas short of a fruitcake.
Jingle Jangle is not a fruit cake and not a fruit cake.
Somebody say fruitcake?
I was going to
Also,
say that's going to
who-
summon Fentrix.
What's a
Who puts
papaya?
papayas in a fruitcake?
You've never had a papaya before?
Yeah, I think
No?
at this point, Kino would also kind of walk out hearing a conversation.
Papayas are amazing. My granny, she has a lot of papayas. She has a tree.
Oh, your granny from the walking house. Yep. She is a super old.
I wasn't talking to you, Jingle Jangle. I was talking to the nice people here.
He said they are actually pretty nice.
Who's your grandma? That she has a tree that grows papayas.
She has a tree that grows papayas. She's my grandmother. Like, I don't understand the question.
I mean, like where is she?
She's everywhere.
Anu's like immediately gonna be like turning a circle, looking around.
Not here. I mean, she,
Everywhere
like,
but here?
She traveled. You'll see. She's not a ghost. If you see her, you'll see her.
Can you tell us her name?
Granny.
Do people call her anything other than Granny?
Old lady that smells like old people.
Old people do smell like old people.
They do.
Jingle Jangle says, she is the owner of the inn beyond the swamp world, and she has feet under that thing. Feet under, yeah.
Oh, like the hill? Do all the
Kind of
do
like,
most of the
kind of.
buildings have feet?
No, it's not really. It's not really like that. The house might be alive, but it's got like a ton of really scary feet.
Like more than 2 feet?
Like 14 feet.
Wait, the old lady has 14 feet?
No, the house has 14 feet.
The house has 14 feet.
Oh my god, if she had 14 feet, she could run really fast.
Yep.
She doesn't,
Oh,
though.
and the house can go through the veil, which is super weird.
I bet the house can move really fast then if it has 14 feet.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw the house go into one of those things, and it's still there.
One of those
What
things?
Yeah, the shiny curtains.
14 feet sounds small for a house.
Oof, crit. Whoa.
I am so happy in this moment. I love that. If I didn't have an egg, I'd give Grin a high
Perfectly
five.
sized for me.
Yeah, World's just holding a golden egg through all of this.
Nobody mind me.
A golden egg that's about to explode into a magic item.
Kina will walk out and she'll kind of be like, well, more feet doesn't necessarily mean quicker, because that would mean like millipedes would be the fastest thing on Earth.
They're really
Well,
fast
on-
for their
on
size.
Poril. So, and you will see Kino kind of has her armor half off, like she has like a pauldron, and like basically a lot of stuff is like unstrapped, and she still has the halo of crackling purple energy around her head. And who is this?
This is my new friend.
You don't. I don't know if that's necessarily how I'd describe her to you.
I make friends as quickly as possible. I
What's that
collect
around
them.
your head?
This is a halo, and she's gonna kind of kneel
Are
down
you an
to you,
angel?
Grin busts out laughing.
and you can see she's like this taller, armored high elf. She stands a little over 6 feet tall, and she's wearing like this military plate, and she's got this long purple cloak that kind of trails behind her. A little.
How do you be a little angel?
Oh,
Can I be a little angel? Granny
You know,
says I'm everything.
it's not nice to lie to children.
You already seem like a little angel.
Thank you. Do you like flowers?
I actually I have a sunflower that I got, and she's gonna pull out like this magical sunflower. I won it in a game.
I'll trade you.
Well, that actually wouldn't be fair on my part, because this one actually only does special things to me. So it wouldn't. It would.
Flowers do special things too.
What do they do?
Things.
Well, I'm afraid if I don't know what it does, and she's gonna kind of stick it behind her ear. If I don't know what it does, I can't make the trade.
What does yours do?
Mine just gives me certain, you know, it helps me stave off the elements a little bit. I don't get poisoned as often. Things don't bother me. I do have candy though. Would you like a piece of candy?
Just gonna step back. Granny said not to take candy from strangers.
Okay, that's fair.
Can I have a piece of candy?
Yeah. She'll give Honor a piece of candy.
I eat the candy.
This is the mischief candy.
Yes, I know.
Which candy are you eating, Henri? Which one is it?
The mischief unicorn candy?
Oh, the unicorn candy. Okay, cool, awesome. All right.
Literally
Wait,
right
now
before
Honor's gonna be
bedtime.
up all night.
Yep.
No, oh no, sorry, no. Not the unicorn one. The other one that like turned my hair orange last time.
Yeah, like the wild. I don't know the actual. No, that is the
No, is
unicorn candy.
I
The
don't think it made me hyper last time.
Yeah, if that's the case, I somehow messed that up. I didn't think so though. Oh, you know what though? I don't know actually. I may have messed that up, but that's fine. We'll say that it just turns you hyper for now, and I'll take a look on my notes from the last thing.
We just don't notice because Henri's always hyper.
Hyper?
That's her normal reaction to candy.
I think I was gonna say I think the reason why we messed that up is I think that it was actually supposed to have 3 charges. I'll just double check that though. I know the one that you're talking about. I think you've already used it though. One of them, and I think that was not the same that we just identified, I believe. I did not
Okay.
think that you used that before you identified it, but I'll double check that.
Yeah, well, I gave a piece. I think that's the 4th piece I gave out. I gave out one to Butterball. I gave out one to Henri.
Gotcha.
This
Are
is
we just
going
gonna
great,
stare at
though.
each other?
You got a pretty decent item, by the way. I'll give it to you in a second. But
Well,
So
why are you here?
What kind of question is that? Why are you here?
Well, we're spending time with a friend. You've made it clear that you don't really like our friend.
Never said that.
Yeah, and Jingle Single says you have to be nice to the children. They're Zabulna's friends, and if you're mean to them, she can get you. You have to say, "Oh, you're a nice child," and he does walk up to you, and he says, "You're super nice."
Mm. Mm.
Yep. See, she's a nice child. She's super nice. And then he whispers to everyone that you can also clearly hear this, Evie, but he says, and also they are invincible and they are super terrifying. So if she starts to get you, she's invincible. So you have to be nice.
Can hear you.
Yep. And she can hear us, so she's terrifying.
Can I just
You're
silently?
same.
What?
Can I ping divine sense?
Yeah, you can. Yep. Yeah. She's neither celestial, undead, um,
Fiend.
yeah, she's not a fiend either.
Okay.
And this isn't consecrated or sacred ground.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Figured I'd do it. I got 300 of them.
Chris, can you move me outside too at this point? I'd assume I would know there's some commotion outside.
Yeah, I got you. I'll
Absolutely.
move you out there.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
You want to come out too, Kylena, then? Yeah, I mean, you're out there already, right? So.
Or yeah, just probably my mini's not out there.
Yeah, I got you. There you go.
I want to be friends with her, but I don't think I'm doing a very good job.
Are you guys lost?
No, I think we're where we want to be right now.
Yeah, we're just
Okay.
taking it all in. This is our first time here.
Oh.
You seem to know your way around, though.
I go where I learn.
And where do you want to go?
Anywhere, everywhere. If there's really pretty flowers, I like to go there.
Oh, yeah, we saw some flowers walking over here.
What color?
They were. I look at brother.
Brother's inside.
Oh, shit.
Think some of them were blue?
You see me look back at the house.
Weren't they poisonous? Like, weren't they dangerous?
Not all of them.
Only some of them.
Yeah, and Jingle
Quite a
Jingle
bunch.
does go to you, Amy. He says, "So how is Sabina? Is she awake and is she good?"
Well, she's not dead, but she's not alive either. She's just sleeping.
See, that's not good. That is not good.
Mm. But she's really pretty.
You've seen her?
Yeah. Haven't you?
We just got here. We haven't seen anything.
All you have to do is go to the palace. It's really big. You can't miss it.
Yep, it is super big and super scary.
Is it safe to go to the palace?
Not for you.
Yeah, it's not really that safe. Yeah. Oh, he said also, did you know that Telemy got stuck? And he points to the hill and he says, Telemy got stuck and it's all, and he shows you Evie, he shows you characters, all because of this bad place. But yeah, Telemy's stuck. Telemy can't move anymore.
Then unstuck him.
Yeah, and the problem is that I don't know how, but my friends are gonna do it. My friends are gonna try to get Telemy unstuck. And oh, by the way, those rabbits, the fast rabbits, are super in trouble because all my friends are gonna burn their tree down. The bad ones, not the good ones, the
Well,
bad ones.
we don't know
Ooh.
about, like, burning per se. We're just gonna, like, maybe try and figure something out. Not necessarily burning.
Do the good ones have a tree too?
Not in this area. There are good ones, but not in this area because there's these good paragons and there's bad ones.
I just
And
don't want
a lot
to.
of this place, a lot of this place has bad ones.
I just don't want to mix up which tree is which.
Wait,
Yeah, and yeah,
the rabbits? You're going to hurt them?
yeah, the bad
Well,
ones, the bad rabbits, the ones that can carry weapons and hit your face.
But Mr. Longscarf is a really nice rabbit.
Yeah, but no, Mr. Longscarf is that bad rabbit. Oh
No,
no, he's friends with the Longscarf. She's friends with the Longscarf, and
Gonna
he goes and he runs inside.
well, no, this is actually good. So, I don't think I caught your name, but you're friends with Mr. Longscarf. I would love to hear what you know about him.
Well, he has a really long scarf.
Okay, this is good.
Great.
No, this is new information.
Is it?
Does he steal from other people?
Steal? I mean, I wouldn't say steal. He does take things without asking sometimes.
That would be
According to
stealing.
our friend Mr. Jangles, also after they beat him senseless.
You have to understand that Jingle Jangle is very annoying.
Yeah,
Uh,
that doesn't make it right to hit him.
We've definitely met worse in our travels.
Yeah, if we beat up everybody we found annoying, then Kino would, like, never... I don't know. Finish that joke later.
let me tell you about my good friend Crackalack.
I'd probably be getting hit a lot.
No, you'd probably be punching me on the shoulder all the time, Henri.
I don't know what makes you think that. It's not as though you tell really bad jokes all the time.
I have a really good joke, but it takes 15 minutes to tell it.
No.
You're inside.
Absolutely not.
I want to know what's the joke.
No. We're
Go
not
ahead,
starting
Tyler.
this.
Tell
No,
the joke.
no.
Not during the game, please.
Not during the game.
What are you, Norm MacDonald?
It's just a joke that goes nowhere. Child,
Yeah?
could you, like, not you, Henri, this new child who won't name herself.
I have a name.
I know, but we've asked you for it and you won't give it to us, so I'm just gonna refer to you as Child.
Should she be Red Child?
Could just call her Little Red and ignore the child.
Yeah.
If you're friends with this long scarf, could you, like, bring us to him? Maybe we can just talk to him instead of burning his tree down.
No,
So you'd rather we burn his tree down?
you're not going to burn his tree down.
We're either gonna talk to him or burn his tree down. And if you help us, we'll talk to him. But if you don't, we'll burn his tree down.
Well, I mean, maybe we could find a happy medium.
So really, it's on you if his tree gets burned down at this point.
Quinn,
I'm going to tell Zablina, and she's going to destroy you.
I thought she was
Well, she's
sleeping.
asleep.
Wait, yeah, tell us more about Zablina, actually, because that's, like, part of the reason...
Well,
Yep. Yeah, so at this point she's able to leave and go as she deems. She can literally just take 2 steps in one direction and she can essentially like go in any like place in the realm. So
Aw, goodbye.
I assume that's what she did. Yeah.
All right, then we're gonna burn that tree down.
Really? We
Listen.
couldn't have a nice conversation without you bullying that child?
She wasn't answering any of our questions. She was being a child about it, I guess. I don't
She's
know.
a child! Of course she was being a child! She was
Right.
literally a child!
but we already know that the rabbits are doing douchebag things, right? They're not nice people.
And so
Listen, I'm on Jingle Jangle side.
Yeah,
Jingle
me
Jangle
too.
does come out. He says, where is that devil child?
She left.
I thought you said we
I
had
raised my
friends
hand.
to her Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, but she's a friends with that scarf.
Yeah, we're gonna go burn their tree down, and it's her fault now.
Yep. She said that she's friends with that scarf, and so, but if she's also friends with Sabrina, you need to be careful because that's not good.
But Zablina's sleeping.
Yeah, I think
mean,
so. I mean, that's what she said.
We're friends with more powerful gods, so I'm not worried.
I don't know about all that.
Like who?
We got cooler friends, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I do know this. This is what I know. I know that there was a time that Agdon was something like in a tree. He was in a tree, and then he was out of a tree, and it has something to do with some kind of deal or something. So he is a powerful rabbit that's scary, but he did get pinned to a tree.
Oh, I guess it's about time that happened again, huh?
Yep. Yep, it was a magic nail.
Before I go turn in, because we got to prepare to go to the bad place. There's a big tower with a bunch of really large snakes and vines around it. Can you tell me anything about that?
Oh, he said which tower? And he says, "Let's go look." The big one over off in the distance, that one?
Is that the one the hot air balloon got stuck into?
Oh no, it's not. You can't even see that from here.
Yeah.
You try to describe that? That's the tower that's slanted, right?
Yeah, with the giant snakes on it and all the vines.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, that is empty tower. That's that empty tower? That empty tower?"
I don't believe you.
So there's none of those crystal things we need to get through the shiny barricade light.
No, there is. That's the thing. The one with the slanty. The slanty one is empty, but it's got a crystal thing inside of it. And then we have a tower here, and we have a hidden tower. But those snakes will eat you. Be careful of the snakes because they will eat you. But yeah, if you go inside, it's empty except for the top, and then there's a little crystal figurine that's swirling.
Okay.
Well, I'm a bitch. This is the last place I wanted to go back to.
But
I mean, it's
there's one of
doable.
those in this tower too. But this tower probably has so many scary things you have to fight.
Oh,
But it's over
Scarier
there.
than the snakes.
Yep, maybe. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure. Jingle Jingle doesn't really know. But Jingle Jingle knows that this is a bad place over here, which is making my friend stuck.
well, I don't know about. Do we want to try getting his friend unstuck first and then start working on these towers, or what do we want to do? I mean, we need to sleep first, obviously. There's no way we can do all of that
Um,
now.
I
I like
thought
the
we
bad
were
place.
getting the friend unstuck, then going after the rabbits, and then going to look for crystals.
Yes.
Same.
Okay, it's fine. I just wanted to know which way you guys wanted to do it. Is that good enough with you, brother?
Brother is currently upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Didn't know if he was still in
Says
the
if
doorway.
you do fight Agdon, just remember he has that hot stick. And the hot stick, it does something special, and I'm trying to remember what it does. But I think it has something to do with if you get touched with the hot stick, um it's like you get branded by the hot stick. So he can brand you with a hot stick.
Well, that's not very nice.
How big are these rabbits?
They are super big. They're bigger than me.
Yeah, they're like our
How
size,
big is
right?
he?
From
He's 4 feet tall.
yeah, I think they're like
That's not very big.
medium sized, right? According to
Yep.
what we were told
Yep.
by the dragon. Yeah.
So they're regular people sized?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like rabbit folk.
Oh, and they're stealers.
Well, we figured that out when they hit you and took your truffles, right?
Yep, they take truffles, but they also take all your stuff. So when you see them, they will take your stuff.
And it might actually make luring them out pretty easy. But that's a plan for a later date and time. I think we need to focus on the bad place first.
Yep, and I can't remember, but I think that if you get that branded, then you cannot see the quick rabbit. So if you get branded, you don't get to see the quick rabbit.
Okay.
And the quick rabbit has a scarf that's like a lightning.
That's fine. Lightning just kind of tickles.
Yep, it's super fast. And there's like 8 rabbits. 8 rabbits.
We can take
Are they
8 rabbits.
all super fast, or are they?
No, just one rabbit's super fast. The rest of the rabbits are quick rabbits, but one of them is super fast. The one that has the scarf. He says, "Oh, and I remember now. I remember what happened. It was Zabulna. Zabulna took Agdon and used a magic nail made out of gold and iron, and she took that nail and she hammered the scarf, and then she made the tree grow super tall, and then he was stuck on that scarf, and then he just hung there forever and ever, and all the other rabbits had to feed him because he was hanging there for a year. And then when Sabona went away, one of those hags made a deal or something, and that's why we have Agdon again. Agdon was supposed to be gone. Sabona didn't like him. But now that Sabona's gone, all the children make deals with bad rabbits, and then this happens. Because they think the rabbit's funny, because they like to steal.
Why didn't you just take the scarf off?
He can't. It was woven by lightning bolts, and it's attached to him.
Oh,
it's
that's
woven
why.
by lightning bolts. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
just
So
take
the
the
scarf
head?
is woven by lightning bolts. That's what I remember. And he can't take the scarf off. I don't remember who gave him the scarf. Maybe it was Zablina or something. Somebody made it out of lightning, and then the scarf can't be removed even if the rabbit dies. But he's also the branding iron. If he touches you with it, you cannot see him. He is invisible, rabbit. That's why Jingle Jangle does not mess with the rabbits.
Well, I don't want to make any promises, but we'll get your friend free, hopefully, and then figure out what to do.
Yep. Thank you. Just be careful of Agdon. He's a bad rabbit. Oh, and by the way, he will steal from you. He likes to steal.
He can
Well,
try.
with that being said, I think it's time to go to bed.
Yes. I don't have the ability to rise and shine like some of our companions.
I will. Oh, Whirl, what did you get from the egg?
I got a really cool ring. It is so awesome.
Oh, cool.
I would definitely be showing this off at that moment because if you didn't look at the art, it does look super cool.
It is super cool.
I love that item.
It's
And
so
you can-
cool.
Gonna blast so many bad guys with this. Also make it light up in the dark if we go underground so I can see. Which I could do anyway, but I'm gonna use the ring for it because look at this ring.
Yeah, out of character, especially in a campaign like this where magic items are rare. That is a very, very powerful magic item.
I'm very excited. I'm probably never gonna take it off.
Gonna get the tan line, the ring.
I'm willing to chance it. Different color blue skin. No one will notice.
Especially not if you never take the ring off.
Exactly.
Careful, Henry's gonna bite that finger off with the ring on it.
I already
like
have a
Gollum.
finger.
That's gonna be the end. She's gonna bite my finger off and shove the Vecna one on.
Yep. And I saw that, brother. Yep.
Yep. I'm sending you the messages now.
Okay. Cool.
Can I Am I attuned to the Corpse Slayer?
Yeah, you can be attuned to the Corpse Slayer now. That's fine.
Okay.
Before going to sleep, Grin's gonna pray to Iron Hand, and he's also going to just general help me protect my party stuff. But he's also gonna try and pray to Mistra, even though he doesn't really know anything about her.
Yep.
Just like, hey, I'm
That's fine.
here, and I something happened that had something to do with you. So if you can hear me, like, cool, I guess.
And even though you don't get any kind of direct response from Mistra, you actually do something about praying to Mistra, especially in this place, feels right to you, Rin. But there's no response. You actually do feel small like tingles, but it could just be adrenaline.
Okay.
You know, it's always fascinating to me to see different people and the way they pray to their deities.
Before we go to sleep, I'm actually gonna try and cast Ascending to the girl. The little girl that we just met.
Yep.
And I'll
Yep,
type
you
out what
can.
I say.
Okay, cool.
I will also do some praying.
You.
The house burns down.
Oh, what the hell? Do you
Did the
guys see
map
that?
disappear? Or am I
It
just
actually,
crazy?
the map. Not only did the map disappear, it actually died. Ugh.
Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit!
Hold
Oh
on.
no.
God damn
Yeah,
it,
hold on.
Tiamat.
Hold on one second.
Okay, I stopped praying. Okay, hold on.
Well, it's cool.
No,
Hold
it
on. I'm
happened
gonna
when
try
Grin
to
did it.
summon it
To be
again.
100% honest with you,
Yeah.
as soon as Grin said he was going to do it, the map disappeared.
Damn it, Grid.
That is
Yeah, no,
super
there was
weird. Yeah.
there
You
was I
really
was
That's
getting some
that's a
connection issues to Tailspire, and then it all
yeah.
went.
It is a large map too. There might be something going on with Tailspire though. Looking right now, and it's not looking great. We'll see. Anyway, keep going.
Can't load any of my other Tailspire maps, so it's probably Tailspire as a whole.
Should we try logging out of it and logging back in?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. What the fuck?
Feels a little weird being a paladin and not doing any ritual type thing before.
Oh,
Oh, my Tailspire crashed.
none of my boards are up right now. Holy shit! And I have
Oh, I also
literally
just...
hundreds.
It kicked
Sorry,
me out of the
guys.
whole
One second.
thing.
I hope this is temporary, because oh my god, this would take me months to redo. But hold on, let's see.
It just came back.
give me one second. Did the board come back?
Yep.
Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, it was weird. So I have a whole database of boards and stuff, and it was like it was wiped for a second. So let's see what's going on.
Probably just a server burp or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, my list isn't loading, but
Shit. Not only is mine not loading, there's no music, and literally this is what it says. Did we mention this is early access? A lot of things are work in progress, but more than what the fuck? I've never even seen this message.
oh, mine popped up after a minute. It had that message too, and then it came up. It's probably taking a while to load your maps because they're probably right. It's probably a server hiccup.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna close that out completely and try to get back in. I've never seen that happen before.
Would Fentrix be interested in joining me if I
Yeah.
was to pray?
Yeah, he would. I would, I guess I should say.
All right, perfect. Yeah, most of what I would pray is like a lot of like, give me strength and guidance and kind of updating her with everything we've done since the last time I prayed, which was at this point probably, since we left, because I think I prayed the night I got the tower. So kind of just like give me clarity in everything I'm doing and all my actions and all that.
The last
You
time
don't
I
do
would.
daily devotion. What kind of paladin are you?
Who, me?
I don't think Tiamat has as many like published devotional books to help you through that. So he's or she's kind of just winging it.
Yeah, she's kind of like, she's a little bit different school of thought than Bahamut.
I cannot actually get back in, guys. Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, all your boards are gone inside the game. At least. Oh, it's just taken 400 years to load. I take back what I said. But I'll never find the board that we're supposed to be on, so I'm just going to minimize Tailspire. Yeah, so the last time I would have prayed even to like a god remotely would have been the Warlock session we were in for Sia. So that was a while ago now.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a good session. Or Warlock Night.
It's awkward,
And
but you know.
yeah. No, that was good. That was a good prayer.
I don't know. Ever since what happened in the tune happened, I haven't really felt the connection to any deity all that well.
Well, you will. She takes care of you.
Which it's enjoyable being around people like Brother and even Grin, who isn't how do I put this? I guess the most inclined with religious things. It's just refreshing to see everybody have their own faith and way of going about it.
Yeah, everyone's real respectful.
Okay. I don't like your tone.
Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to get back to my boards. You were able. Someone was able to get back into my board, though, right?
Yeah, I was able to.
Yeah, briefly. Now it's back to being disappeared.
Yeah, it's telling me the place between boards is gone, but not to mention anything that I get into with Group A is broken right now. I can get into Group B and Group C and some of my other stuff, but anything in Group A is a problem. So I'm trying to figure this out.
I
Sorry,
tell you
guys.
guys about how I pulled the card from the deck of many things. That was a good story.
Hmm?
Did I tell you guys about how I pulled the first card from the deck of many things?
I don't think so.
Sounds like a strange start to a card trick.
Well, I mean, so there was this guy Quill that we were. He was in our group. He was like a ranger of sorts, I could say. I like to say of sorts because he could never land an attack with his bow. So it was kind of funny to me. It was like our running joke. But he had a brother, and his brother didn't like me all that much. His name was Azrael, as most of you already know. But for Whirl and Kylena, you guys weren't around. Kind of just asked Quill to give me the deck, and I pulled the card when they were talking to this strange little man, and went bankrupt. Funny enough, which I guess from what you guys have told me, all the gold I had would have been cursed anyway. So doesn't really, I guess, hurt. Don't know where it wound up, but yeah, that was a thing that happened anyway. So I got yelled at for that, and then that started that big fight with Azrael and all that. But more importantly, they were trying to steal that thing from me, Kino. You know, the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about the cursed gold, but I remember Co and that shifty wizard they have was also talking about it. I didn't catch his name.
is that the odd-looking little fellow, right? Kind of quiet, didn't say all that much.
Yeah, no, he was strange.
Was
He
Umbra,
very
I think.
dreary.
I just talked to them. There, we actually can't even use Tailspire right now. It actually is dangerous. Everyone should get out of Tailspire. If you have any boards that you have ever worked in, I should say, it's dangerous for you to be in Tailspire right now. So get
Hey,
out of it.
server issues.
Yeah. Yeah, because every time you load a board, it has the possibility of getting corrupted. And even if you load one of my boards, especially one of my boards, you could corrupt your own shit. So I would get out. So what we'll do is this: the next portion of this, obviously, I mean, the funny thing is, Tailspire was not important for the beginning of that at all. Tailspire is only going to be important really when we have like combat and stuff. And the next portion is obviously like running into that. So we have a different couple of options. What we could do is we could just do role playing, go through it, or we could call it here. And if people can pick up, we could do like an hour and a half of the next thing as well, or just we could try to wait this out too to see. I just talked to them though, and they're basically it's not just like their hardware went down, and not only did their hardware go down, but they're having corruption issues. Like this could be fucking super bad. It's a good thing that I can at least back my shit up, but fuck. This is, I never thought this would be an issue. So like, this is the one sucky thing about using Tailspires, that theoretically, like, you know, it would really suck to lose like everything. So
Yeah.
but anyway, so yes, but if anyone has personal boards they worked on, definitely do not get into any of my boards until this is fixed, because my boards have that one in particular has it doesn't have unreleased assets, but it has assets from the like developer portion. That's how it's so big. As a matter of fact, I have another board that's tied to that board that is even bigger. It's actually outside of the maximum, so that's why you want to be careful. So
I mean, I'd be down to just continue playing for half an hour without a board. Just
Yeah,
theater
we
of the
could
mind
do
it.
Theater of the Mind.
yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah.
I did send you the message that I sent to the child.
All right, let me get in real quick.
And are we taking a long rest now?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, let's take the long rest and then.
Hey, I get my 1 hit point back.
So brother, you don't you don't get any responses back right away, but that could also be because you're not on the same plane as them. You're not sure yet. You don't get a response back either, Henry.
Okay. Jesus.
Also, I don't know if we talked about the order shifts, but I'll take the first watch since I already have my armor half off and I'm like kind of in partial meditation.
We have the ambush strikes outside too, so I don't know if that even matters as much because they can communicate with you and I telepathically.
I mean, your ambush strikes didn't do much to tell us a little girl was coming.
Well, the
That's
problem
that was fucked up.
The problem with the ambush strikes is twofold. First and foremost, because it was like you were having on the perimeter. If you want it around the house, you can. The ambush strikes can't be surprised. You're just not sure how the little girl came up. You saw her leave though, and you're pretty sure you understand why she may not have like alerted the ambush strikes. But the ambush strikes have to be like, you just have to decide where you want them essentially.
Yeah, they have to be within a mile of where we are
Right,
in order for us to communicate.
Right, exactly. And I think in the beginning you wanted them farther away because you didn't want to scare Jingle Jangle. But
I said I still wanted to keep it within a mile. Just
right, within a mile, yeah. Which is a far away, but yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I could call it back a little bit further because it's not like Jingle Jangle will be outside.
Right. Yep.
All right, so Kino's gonna take first watch. Kylena will take second watch then.
Yeah, sounds good.
Grin will take third.
Yeah.
That'll be 8
Okay.
hours, right?
Yeah, and so if you guys want to board up and go to bed, what's your sleeping arrangements too? There's only one bed upstairs. Jingle Jangle's going to take the bed without really thinking about things, but he will say, he's like, you guys can just sleep. He'll basically say, so you can sleep upstairs with Jingle Jangle, or you can sleep downstairs. If you sleep downstairs, just make sure that you turn off all of the fire, because if you don't turn off fire, then the house can get super hot and burn.
I look at Henri.
Everyone's inside, right?
Yes.
At this point, everyone would be inside, yeah.
Okay, Grin's gonna sleep with his back against the door.
Kino already has most of her
Sitting
armor
up.
off, right?
Yes.
Okay, when you look at Henri, after the fire comment, when you look away, she's gonna walk up and try to jab her fingers under your ribs
Okay.
and just like get a reaction out of you.
Is there like a
Like-
coat hanger we can put her on?
she'll just kind of chuckle when she feels
Yeah.
the fingers.
Oh, and also at nighttime before we go to bed, we get to smell the good smells. So I keep the windows open for it. And as he says that, sure enough, you actually do smell something incredibly floral and sweet wafting through the windows.
Ooh.
You know, with all the weird, charming things that have been going on that we've dealt with lately, I don't really like weird smells.
He said, no, it's okay. It helps you go to sleep, and it's very nice. And it smells super good. Yep, Zablina does it all the time, but it just happens. Oh, if Sabrina is really asleep, then something you should know too. If you are super sad and you're super happy, then that can affect the Feywild because the Archfays have special powers. And Archfey, Telemi told me this. Archfey, if they're sleeping, they don't hold the power anymore. So everybody does. So we should be super happy, and then something good will happen tomorrow.
Well, great news. I'm super happy after getting a cool ring.
That is a good ring. That could be a Jingle Jangles ring.
How are you
Nope.
doing, Ivar?
He
Still a
said,
little
okay, well, he said, I would definitely not let that rabbit take it because that rabbit's going to take that ring.
Nah, never gonna happen.
That is
Oh.
a neat ring, though. I really like those gems on the ring, and I like the fact that it's like a purple blue. I do like
Oh.
that ring.
It's so cool. Nothing's gonna bring this day down.
Okay, so God. I'm gonna send a message to you, Chris.
Yeah, I guess before I completely bed down, I'll take out my last wineskin and start to drink from that. So we got nothing else going on.
Now, Chris, question: can brother actually smell the scents coming through the window?
Yeah, brother can smell. Yep. And he can smell that. Yes.
Chris, I also sent you something.
Yeah, then as the scent washes over him, he's just going to close his eyes and smile and kneel down on the floor and pull one of his rope belts off and just start counting the knots on it as you can see his jaw move, but he's just murmuring prayer.
Should we be worried about that or just...
Tyler, Kino, real quick. I just want to say, after trying to jab you under the ribs, she gets confused for a second and lays a hand, like tries to lay a hand like on the rib cage.
You just feel at some point it transitions over from like softer skin to something else.
What the heck?
Around the side of the ribs, kind of. You know.
Oh, are those the scales?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very good when somebody just says it out loud, huh? Just throws your stuff out in front of other people, huh?
What? Why? What's going on?
Is
Why-
the rash getting worse, Kino?
Yeah. No. But yeah. Why?
You have a
Henry,
rash?
Henry, why are you doing this?
Wait, you have a
You
rash
should
though?
see where else she has the scales.
All right.
Patrick, can you let us? Can you tell us?
All right. I think everyone needs to turn in for the night.
Wait, what about your rash? Can brother heal you?
Do you want?
Is the rash what's causing your smelly taint?
Jesus Christ.
All right, everyone. I think it's about time we turn in and I do my watch.
Okay.
I mean, you could see it if you want, Audrey, but I've shown you before.
I didn't realize
Yes,
it
she
went
has.
like brother.
Let's see. I didn't really believe you had any type of
I
skills.
thought it was
Brother
just I thought it was just like at the top of the back. I didn't realize it went that far down. I'd like to see them though because they're cool.
Is not Crackle, Jingle Jangle. Is Jingle Jangle gone to bed at this point?
No, he's waiting for everyone else to go to bed. He's still the reason why Kylena is the only one that Kylena and brother would probably get a sense of this too. He is still worried that he has dragons in the house and is really not going to go to bed until the dragons go to bed, the metal dragon and the other dragon. So he is for whatever reason deathly worried, that like really truly worried that the dragons will eat him, even though he's friends with them now.
Yeah, even just as he kneels there in silence, he's still going to keep an eye on Jingle Jangle throughout the night.
Yep.
I'll just turn to Henri and Kylena and anyone that's in the immediate vicinity and just go, later. Okay?
Okay.
And you see,
Kylena just kind of like gives Kino a weird look and raises her eyebrow because she doesn't actually know what she's talking about. But then she's going to turn to Jingle Jangle and ask him if he wants her to sit on the stairs to make sure that nobody goes up there.
That would be so like if something were to like bite my face, yep, that would be good. That would be super good. But that's like really hard for you to go sleep on the stairs.
I've slept in worse places. Don't worry about it.
So are you sure?
Yep, absolutely. I will make sure that nothing gets up these stairs to bite your face.
Thank you. Thank you for making sure that the dragons don't bite my face.
You're welcome.
And even in the Feywild, you can't escape racism. It's wild.
Damn it.
He said no, Jingle Jingle is not a racist. Jingle Jingle is afraid of dragons because he has been eaten by a dragon.
How did you get out if a dragon ate you? Nope, story for another time. I'll let you go to bed.
You just
He
have
said-
to run and run and run until you're all pooped out.
ugh, Green, go to bed. Oh my god.
Grin's on fire today.
Not yet. We gotta take out the fire first.
And I could take care of that. That's not a big deal.
He said, "Thank you for taking care of the fire." And he said, "I've got to go to bed. And once I go to bed, yeah, let's not eat my face."
It's alright, I'm full.
He said, "All right,
That's-
friends." He said, "Is anybody going to come and sleep in the bed?"
I'll stay down here and make sure nothing comes in through the door.
He said, "Yeah, that's probably better for a dragon not to sleep in the bed. But if somebody else wants to sleep in the bed, they can."
I'm guarding the door.
I will also watch the door.
I'm agreeable to just sleeping on the floor.
He said,
No,
"Okay, but
There's fire up the world.
but Jingle Jingle is supposed to offer his bed. But if no one wants his bed, then Jingle Jangle will sleep in the bed."
Have a nice sleep.
Thank you. And he goes upstairs.
And we do put the fire out just to make sure we say that.
Yep, cool.
And Kina's just gonna begin meditation with just kind of this slightly concerned look on her face.
Yep. Now, as Jingle Jangle does go upstairs in like 3 to 4 minutes as that happens, you notice that the house, as he lays on the bed, the house, for whatever reason, slowly but surely, and it's very, very soft and subtle, but very, very noticeable and unsettling, goes up and down very softly as if it's like breathing. And then you realize that it's not that, it's that the house itself is going up and down because the hill is going up and down.
It's breathing.
Oh.
Has it been doing that this whole time, or just since
No.
what?
Nope.
No, Grin was asking that out loud.
Oh, gotcha.
Not that I'm aware of, but it could also be the wine. I thought I was going crazy for a minute, which I'll look towards Ivar if he's still down here with us and offer him what's left in this wineskin too, since he was the only one who seemed to partake in the last one.
Yeah, no, he'll finish it off for sure. I look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully, some battle.
That makes both
Kylena,
of us.
Kylena's gonna go to the nearest window and look out it to see if the hill is physically moving location or if it's just moving up and down.
It is just moving up and down, Carolina. As you start to look, you realize that it's very subtle. It's we're talking inches, but it's still enough that you're like, what the fuck? And the only other thing that you notice is that off into the distance, when you do look out the window, the mage tower has windows that are lit. Other than that, everything's pretty silent. Almost unnervingly silent, but very, very dark, very silent. Um, One of the things that also catches your eye is that the stars are actually very bright. It's the first time you've seen them, and outside, not only are they bright, but they are multicolored as well. Very clear sky, lots of stars here.
All right, she's gonna go take up her post on the stairs and wait for her shift.
Yep. Does anyone else want to do anything or just go to bed at this point?
Grin's just trying to get sleep in, so he's got his
Yep.
back up against the door.
Yep.
I will just kind of sit and obviously keep watch and listen and kind of feel the house. I will also just have the tower out and I will just kind of look over it.
So at around 2 or 3 a.m., who's up doing watch at that time? Around 2:30.
Which
What
watch would that be?
I
what
think
time
it's
do we go to bed?
second watch. So you go to bed around like 11. So this is actually the end of first watch, actually.
So Kino.
Yeah, it'd be 4 and 4. So I guess
Yeah.
yeah, it would be the end.
So this is what you hear. You outside, and you can hear this. You do hear that there is a whole like mess of things going on. You hear weird calls that you've never heard before, weird animal calls. They almost sound like deranged monkeys. Uh, and you also hear things running through the forest at like crazy speeds. You can tell because you hear the leaves like rush through where it's literally just like almost like a like some large like beast is like just hitting through the forest. This is all around you. You also hear music, very soft, creepy, scary almost music that's being played by woodwinds of some kind off in the distance as well. um, and you hear distinctly but very 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 softly the roar of a dragon. It must be off into the distance. You would only know this, Kino. That's for sure that it's a dragon. You don't know what kind, but it is some kind of battle cry, and it must be miles, maybe hundreds of miles away. It's very very faint, very soft, but it's unmistakable to you.
Does it sound can I do anything to tell like is it like a victorious battle cry? Is it like a distressed battle cry?
It does sound like it's just an aggressive warning battle cry of some kind. But
All
you
right.
don't know for sure if it's victorious or not. It doesn't seem desperate though.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, but it is hundreds of miles, maybe. You're not sure. Miles, in some capacity off into the distance.
Can you tell what kind of dragon it is from its roar, like a bird?
You can't. It's too far away for your
Okay.
character to know. So, plus it's foreign to you anyway. You've never heard this with your own ears yet, ever. So,
I'll just smile and drift back into meditation.
yeah. Everyone will hear the small sounds that I'm talking about, though. That's still up, and it's this very strange, almost alien, almost monkey-like, very high-pitched, weird sounds all around you.
Is there a lock on the front door? Do we see like jingle jingle like?
Yes, it was
No.
left, right? 'Cause-
So that's the interesting thing. There's a normal lock on the door, but does anyone try to get out?
I mean, they
No.
have
The
to shove me out
surprise,
of the wall.
I'll do this anyway since it's already over. The surprise is that regardless if the door is locked or unlocked when they close, if you guys ever go to try to get out, you are not going to be able to, for whatever reason. For now, it is arcane locked. The house certainly has more going on than it seems.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And then I will just, after hearing the noises, I probably would have tucked the tower away just in case anyone was immediately outside. But after kind of hearing everyone was just passing by, I probably would have brought it back out again.
Okay. Yeah, to try to figure things out. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Just do me a huge favor and do another investigation check on it.
13 plus 17
Yeah.
is, or it's 13 plus 7 is 20.
Yep. Cool. Okay. All right. What are you doing this in a private corner? Because unfortunately, like even Kylena can kind of see what you're doing, unless she's asleep. So I guess the question is, what's the plan, and who is awake currently?
I mean, technically, it would just be brother because he doesn't really sleep. But if it was still Kino's watch, then Kylena would be sleeping until it's her watch.
You
Yep.
should be meditating.
I thought Kylena was first watch.
No, Kino
Kino's
said that
first
she was
watch.
taking first watch.
Okay.
Doesn't Kylena trance?
Yeah.
Aren't
Yeah.
Shadowkai trance? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's the end of first watch, beginning of second watch, Kylena would be just waking up, no?
I mean, I would try and be relatively, like, I wouldn't be in the middle of the room, like, standing over sleeping people doing this, but I would be in a position where I'd also be able to do a watch and, like, see out the windows and stuff and the entire room. So kind of a corner.
Yep.
I would definitely be taking watch at some point, but I'd not defined it previously, so wherever you want to fit me in.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think we have the 8 hours covered because we have 2 people trancing.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to find out in trance, I know elves relive their Shadowkai is such a weird one because that you trance, but I guess you're just living the one life you have over and over again. But I'm trying to find out if you can see beyond the trance. I thought you could. I thought the answer was when you trance, you can actually see beyond that as well. Like you are still aware. I thought that was the cool thing about trancing. Did they change that in 5e? Let's look.
It's like a meditative state, I think
That's
is all it says.
Yeah.
So my thing just says that it's the same trance that all elves have. That while meditating, you can dream after a fashion. Such dreams are actually mental exercises.
right.
And that I'm semi-conscious for 4 hours.
That's what I thought. I think you're semi-conscious. That's the thing. Like you actually do kind of see around you. That's what I'm trying to get a call on. Anyway, I'll
It
look it up
doesn't
later.
say that if you just like go to D&D Beyond and type in elf and then go down to where it says trance, it doesn't say they're semi-conscious.
Interesting. Yeah.
Here, I'll copy it and paste it for you so you can see
Yeah.
it in Group A.
Yep. Yep.
But even if like
Oh, it does say remaining
remaining
semi-conscious.
semi-conscious
The first line
performs
is
it.
stupid.
Yeah, the common word for such a meditation is trance. While meditating, you can dream after a fashion. Such dreams are actively mental exercises that become reflexes throughout your practice. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll look at this later. I think you would, because theoretically you would be the only one that could catch this. That's why I'm asking. I think theoretically you do still see around you, even though it's very confusing. Anyway, all right.
Well,
So
it depends if I can see him or not.
I would. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd be like crazy sneaky about it. I'd probably like if like on the off chance it like flashed or something. If it was like bright, I'd probably just have myself in between it and anyone sleeping, so that it wasn't like this blinding light that would
Right.
like wake anyone up. Like I wouldn't want to wake anyone up because I don't want to be
Gotcha.
rude. But I'm not like super secretive and like hiding in a corner and throwing a blanket over myself. I'm just kind of like
Right.
tinkering.
Right. Gotcha. And if you're downstairs, you would see this for sure, brother. I'm not mistaken, right? Warforged don't actually need sleep; they just go into their.
Yeah, they just go into power down, but they're still conscious.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the only thing that the only new thing that happens besides the message that I sent you, Kino, is that the the tower itself is definitely active because the small like entity within it is awake and going through it, but it doesn't make any sounds or anything.
Okay. Yeah, and then after that, I would just wait and try and relax before the guard was taken over by.
Yep. Yeah, and then we'll call it before we get to the next day, especially considering that there's going to be a ton of exploration and probably combat. And I will try to fix what's going on with Intelspire. But cool, thanks guys. Thank you, by the way,
Yeah.
Evie, for doing that for me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Evie.
Thank you. Thanks, Evie.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's nice having you.
I'm sorry, I just fell asleep for a while.
That's what all the characters are
like maybe-
doing.
Yeah, in character.
It was an in-character nap.
Mm,
Go to sleep.
Listen, we don't talk about my first session here.
Yeah, we
But
do.
technically it was in group C, so.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I was on the server. It was my first session.
And you were on camera. You had
Yeah.
face cams up.
Dude, I was
I
passed out.
I have the video. I have the video of you being asleep, and we're just like, is he asleep? Is he snoring? Is that him?
I was like, I like this guy. He fell asleep.
Yeah. Tailspire does work again now too. At least that's
Perfect.
good. At least
Perfect
more
timing.
That's good.